conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red light, I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red light, I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red
Imagine all of this packed into this. The new G16. Stunning views. Advanced gaming performance. Top the leaderboard. Stay effortlessly cool. G16 gaming laptop. Imagine all of this packed into this. The new G16. Stunning views. Advanced gaming performance. Top the leaderboard. Stay effortlessly cool. G16 gaming laptop.
Welcome to Alienware presents TEC Arena Connect Coimbatore online qualifiers day number 2. Well, today we are going to witness 4 good matches of qualifiers, and for the day, the casters are Rita and Elika. My name is Rita. Elika, how are you?
I'm doing great. I mean, especially after yesterday's matches, it was quite a close game coming in for two teams, and two teams unfortunately got out of the tournament in a one-sided game. But
hmm
nevertheless, the first four matches were as exciting as I could imagine. But the next four matches are going to be really important because these will be the last four teams moving into the top eight of our quarter finale, and eventually the top four teams to the LAN. Let's just quickly explain the format. This is the round of 16 and a single elimination format. We start off with 16 teams. Since yesterday we finished four teams moved forward, and today we have four matches from where four teams will be moving forward. And out of top eight, there will be a quarter finale, and the top four teams will eventually move forward to the LAN event that's happening on Coimbatore 18th June in Brindavan Auditorium. So if you are a gamer, if you're a geek of esports, and if you're looking to go for a LAN event, this is your chance. And speaking about the prize pool, a total prize pool of 1,50,000 for the online qualifiers. And the first place takes away with 75,000, the second place with 40,000, third with 25, and fourth place with 10,000. So the top four teams, Raider, who will qualify
Yeah.
from the round of
hmm
16 have a fixed prize pool of 10,000 rupees, and it's completely in the hands about their performance if they can get more than
Yeah.
10,000 or not.
They can actually go for the championship. They can actually be the runner-up or maybe the second runner-up. So yeah, it all depends on their performance. But there is one thing that depends on you, and that is the registration. That is the ticket to the arena, ticket to the LAN event. You can actually go ahead and secure and scan that particular QR code that you can
Yep.
clearly see on your screens, and maybe you are easily going to get a lot of anticipation, a lot of fights in that particular arena as well, because the massive prize pool of 3 lakh rupees is waiting along with the 1,50,000 for the CSGO 5v5 that is going on right now. There is going to be another 1,50,000 which is going to be divided in CSGO 2v2, Road to Valor, FIFA 23, Mortal Kombat, and also there going to be there is going to be a lot of experience zones, racing simulators, meet and greet, and many more things coming in that particular event. So yes, mark your calendars for 18 June. Coimbatore is a place where you have to go, and eventually this is the QR code that you have to scan. But moving forward, let's talk about the brackets. Let's talk about the particular teams that are going to be fighting today. But before that, let's have a look at the brackets. Initially, as Alika said, we had 16 teams. Out of those 16 teams, yesterday we did saw, I guess, 8 teams fighting with each other, out of which Day Sleepers, Only Friends, Wagband, Cat Gaming are the 4 teams which have already made their way to the quarterfinals. Well, it is not going to be easy to go to these semis and then eventually be the champion in the grand finals. But indeed, in order to do that, there are other 4 slots also left, and I would love to see who is going to be there. Like, we have matches from Random 5, Slow Aimers, Kingpins, Elements, TW Protocol, Build Different, Aravat Esports, and also OG players. So I would love to see CG players, to be precise. I would love to see how these 8 teams are going to perform today. These are the brackets, and today the schedule will be coming in pretty soon so that you can have an idea
Yeah.
of how the matches are going to go. And coming back to the schedule, yeah, there we go. The first match of day number 2 is going to be between Random 5 and Slow Aimers. And one more thing, it's a best of one. That means A single elimination format is being followed up. So one small slip up, one small mistake, and you are out of the competition. So yeah, best of luck for that.
Yes, definitely. It's going to be a long day, but I am looking out for all these teams because somewhere I have seen their faces, somewhere I have seen them play throughout the tournaments. And starting off the first match, random five versus low aim is we've got ancient as the best of one decider map, and it quite surprises me. Yesterday we started off our day with ancient and we followed with three
Mhm.
inferno maps, which was quite a loop for us. But moving forward, we are going to be starting our second day of online qualifiers as well with the map of ancient. It's a map of huge uncertainty. Yesterday, we saw one team taking the advantage, starting off with 5-0, and then immediate takeover by the other team. I'm expecting a huge competition coming from both these teams again.
Okay.
I've seen Slow
Yeah.
Amos play previously. We've got Zappy 3K, we've got Joker, Ajay, and Tex. And coming in from Random 5, we've got McGill's Ghost, Defaulter, Zero Cold, and Ryder.
Well, finally, the match has been started. So remember, guys, these 30 rounds are going to be very crucial for both of the teams known as SAIM and eventually as well Random 5. Both of them are trying their level best to just completely go ahead and maybe capsize on another one. But seems like that B side is going to be a bit more concerned by the guys of Random 5. I would love to see how their approach is going to go because they're at 3 lowers right now. So it was sitting in the ruins and now formally from the ramps they are trying to push forward. But let's see how far that is going to happen. Gills goes for a 1v1. Face to do it. Joker finds a very big ding. And eventually Defaulter finds another one on Joker. So there is a trade fire coming in. The players are getting traded off. Shapri also gets taken down. With that, there are just two players surviving from the counter traders. That is Texem already getting damaged a lot. Has got the dual Berettas. Obviously, the precision is not going to be that easy with dual Berettas when it compares to the USP. But that was a good shot. That was indeed a very good shot coming in. Now it's a 1v2. The bomb has already been planted. Time is running out. A ticking time bomb is going on. And I believe Tex won't be able to get the output of it. And yeah, that's it. First round in the favor of Random Pipe. With that, a very majestic start coming in from the tourist.
Yeah, well, not just majestic, but a very shaky start for slow aimers over here. I think they can do much better in terms of holding positions. But random five, a great
Uh-huh.
round for them, and they're gonna go for a force five with a couple of Galils and two AKs in the hands. Well, Galils is fine, but AKs. In case if they lose this round, it's going to be very a hard blowback on their economy. But slow aimers are not looking for a force by. They've just got some upgraded pistols, P2000 CZ, deagle, and just a default USP.
Yeah, I mean the weaponry for Sloimus is definitely not looking that much hectic at this point. If we talk about random five, look at them. As you said, Guzzles and EKs coming to the plate. Definitely that dent on the economy is going to be there if their performance is not going to be up to the mark. But seems like that defaulter has got an idea. Zappy gets taken down. At the same moment, we have Tex who has been traded off. The Guzzles are on the reload. But still, Shapi is still going to find his way. And well, let's see how far he's going to go. Some more shots, but that's it. Another trade comes in. Wins the round is going to be the team Random 5, and they have not lost more than one place. Yes, Ryder was taken down, but eventually, other than that, like Zero Cool, Defaulter, Ghost, and also McGill survived out of this particular fight. So, yeah, it is going to be a beneficial round for this particular team. And they know right now they have to set this marker in their favor. On the same side, if I talk about slow aimers, XM is there with a Famas. With not a lot of utilities, he's obviously going to struggle a lot. M4s are coming into the play, but on the hindsight, we do have a lot of AKs along with some Gullils also coming into the play from random 5. But then again, some more stun grenades again trying to approach from B, but they decided to rotate left from the ruins, and with that, some more shots are coming in. It's XM who has been taken down. Again, the advantage falls bit one in the hands of slow aimers because the trade is coming in. Defaulter now has been picked off. Another trade off that's interesting. Now Shapri and both Texim have been picked off. Now it's Sappy 3K, Joker, and Ajay. Three good players of the team. Let's see how far they will be able to go. One other ding coming in. Interesting. It's a 1v2. And Joker and Ajay
Yeah.
are looking far more formidable at this point because they have 100% of the HP. On the hindsight, Ajay does not have a lot of Kevlar left in him. So it is going to be a tough one for him to survive as well.
Yeah. Well, random five after a great start, currently looking at quite a tight position. I mean, they're off to a 2v2, and Mikkels looks like he's barely left with any HP. 19 HP with no body armor, just two flashes left in his hands. 45 seconds on the clock. They've got the bomb at B bomb site, and slow aimers have no idea both the players of random 5 are over towards the B bomb side. Random Five are taking too much time to get the bomb planted down. Meanwhile, Joker has called in for rotation. The bomb is getting planted down shortly. Joker is slowly moving to the bomb side. He spots Ghost, takes him down, which puts one last player for Random Five. That is McGills with Nike and two flashes. Now he has a very heavy responsibility, and he spots both the players. Takes one, but Ajay will make sure he punishes Joker. And here we are,
Mhm.
1-2. Slurm is finally, getting the pace of Random Five. And Random Five, it was a full buy round for them, I guess. They had a lot
Yeah.
of, AKs and Galils in their hands. I'm sure they can afford for a full buy this round as well.
But the thing is, as soon as Loomis got their full buy and got their assault rifles to be precise, they were able to be quite a fruitful team, and that's the best part. They are now trying to pick up the pace. They are now trying to be back in the game. Obviously, the lead is not that much, but yes, the connections, the fights, and the retaliations are looking quite good for now. The match has been paused. I believe there is going to be some sort of strategies coming to the play from both Slowmers and also Random 5 after the quick pause is going to get lifted. And remember, guys, the map is ancient. There is just one map, just one chance, just these 30 rounds in which a particular team has to go for the 16 rounds, and eventually whoever gets the first 16 rounds is going to be there in the quarterfinals. Watching out for the top four teams
Yep.
already. And moving forward, yes, we do have a lot of buys coming in. I guess Zappy is still waiting on his buy. He might actually go for an AK, or maybe an M4 could be the consideration that he might actually go with. Kevlar's are already there. Other than that, utilities are also looking good. But when it comes to the picks, I believe at that point, Defaulter is looking quite good. He has got 5 frags, and with just one
Mm-hmm.
death, he is looking unformidable at this point. If he performs the way he was performing in the initial 3 rounds, I guess maybe he's going to support his team a lot when it comes to the victory.
Yes, that's definitely true. I indeed agree with you. But moving forward, as we were speaking about Random 5, they lost the last round, but no issues. They are pretty much even going to continue with the AKs. And in fact, not just AK, we've got an AWP coming out of Ryder's pocket, which quite concerns me because if they lose this round, they have to go for a complete eco. And even with the least amount of credits available, they are going in for a full buy. So a full buy round for Team Random 5. And speaking about slow aimers, it's a very slow start for them into the match. And Ancient is a map which is hard to predict if it's CT sided or T sided. But I would like to say that CT side, of course, has an advantage over. And considering the fact that the map is one of the biggest maps, and it is kind of similar to Dust 2, but again this map is much more greener than Dust 2, and unfortunately Dust 2 is out of the current competitive map pool. But so far, I've
Mhm.
seen Sloimers play previously in quite other tournaments as well, and their strategies and their game style is quite passive, I would say. And they're not a team who would like to push, who would like to go on with the frags. There's someone who would like to capitalize on strategies, who want to do the basic default plays trader. Like if they are from D, they
Yeah.
just go plant, wait for post plant. And if they're a CT, they wait for the plan to happen so they can go and execute the retake. They are a very passively strategies indulged team. And speaking about Random
Mhm.
5, I've seen Michaels play, and I can see he's one of the aggressive players, and you can see he's the second highest fragger with 4 frags. And we've got Defaulter on first, and Defaulter is also again a very aggressive player. Well, he's got a Macton. Is it a Macton? Is an yes. Looks like he's gonna be going for an SMG push. The most dangerous weapon, the most dangerous SMG is ought to be Macton when it's in T side.
I mean, yeah, choice of the weapons are going to be really, very crucial. Along with that, the utils, the placement of those lineups is going to be very, very crucial. And I really believe that the players are stepping up a notch at this point. They're getting the right picks, they're getting the right idea how they should actually perform and how they have to retaliate when it comes to a battle like this. And obviously, when you just have one single match, one single map to actually go with, so I guess it is going to be very, very amazing to see how far this competition goes on. Slow aimers once again off to a very good approach. They're trying to actually go ahead and get the advantage in their favor. On the hindsight, if we're talking about Random 5, they're also trying to push forward, but this time the approach is coming from split to lower mid and in the mid. They're pretty close to the chamber lane, and there we go. One good fight, one good takedown is coming in. But that Zappy has been taken down, but the trade of Ghost is obviously going to haunt this particular team known as Random 5 a lot. But moving forward, Joker is still looking forward to have a pick. He has got 3 frags altogether in the previous 3 rounds. I think an average of one per round, which is again a good average. But right now, he's getting attacked. He's getting punched up quite a bit. Some more space coming in with the SMG. The Joker finally gets dinged. Another trade-off coming in from Defaulter's perspective. He is quite good when it comes to the close quarter combat, and that is also making his team quite comfortable. Now, XD, last man standing of his team, like slow aimers, is trying his level best to go ahead and get the diffuser run. He's at B side. He tried. He wanted to actually just counter the backstab that might actually come in from random 5, but eventually random 5 was fully committed to the A side, and that is why right now the guy known as I guess XZ is just trying to rotate. He's trying to get an idea of how he
Yeah.
can perform. Like he's pretty close to Cat. He's going to move on to the mid. Maybe he's going to save his guns because he has got an M4 and look at the credits. That's a 0. So he might actually save
Yes.
it.
Well, it's 1v5, 1v4 situation. Not much expectations from XC, but the least he can do is go and save. While we've got Ryder and Defaulter going out of box. Not no exit kills, so it was a clean set coming in from XD, and I don't think Sloimus is gonna go for a buy right now. Their average is around $1,500, and Random File looks like they have a strong economy, but unfortunately, as I was thinking, Ryder lost his op, which was not a great start. And on the other hand, Texas picked up Scout. I really am interested to see Scout plays on a map like Ancient. It's not a map with even equal height. We've got mid stairs, we've got bomb sites with a different height altitude. And I really want to see how he manages to entry. But Ghost on the other hand takes XT down, makes the entry for his team. 3-1, and random 5 quite have an advantage. They don't have to rush at the moment. All they have to do is just play the
Mhm.
defaults. They have the bomb with them. They're heading over towards the B bomb side. But luckily, there's only one player over towards the B bomb side at the moment. The rotation hasn't been called in. Not even a single pen, sound has been made over towards the B bomb side. Unfortunately, Joker gets spotted out. But a heavy grenade coming in through. Joker takes that white peak, takes Ghost down. He's gonna switch the guns to an AK and is gonna fall back while the rest of his team is trying to regroup. It's a 3v3 situation, and I have a really good feeling that it's going to be a B push, and the rotation is coming
Oh.
in through both the players gonna face each other. Zappy 3K takes Mickelstown with the P2000, which opens him for another, upgrade of a
Mhm.
weapon. So, Random
Yeah.
5 have put themselves in a very difficult situation, Raider, right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're struggling a lot at this point. They're trying to move from the chamber lane to actually the well, let's see A shot, and they're trying to get the advantage out of it. It seems like that they are getting 1 or 2 picks, but eventually Joker and Taxim is still surviving. So those crucial picks are going to be really very important. But the bomb is already getting targeted. That is again one of those things which is going to put up a lot of pressure onto the counter terrorists because now they have to move on. Now they have to make a move from CT spawn to temple, or maybe CT lane is going to be their choice of rotation to come up with. But obviously, all those angles are covered up by these guys. Oh, that shot was interesting, but eventually it was not fruitful enough to get a ding. But yeah, they might actually get it pretty soon. Lots a player, but indeed, Defaulter is one of those players who's not going to miss a shot. Was able to take down Joker, and with that, takes him now becomes the last one. Has got the scout in his hand. I guess saving is going to be the main meta for him as well because not a lot of credits is left. Definitely, that could actually impact a lot on his economy, his teammates' economy. So that is why he's trying to save, but he gets spotted eventually. Zero Good is going to also pick him apart with a ding shot, and that is going to make a difference of 3 rounds in the favor of Random 5. They've got 4 rounds individually in their favor, and altogether, if it was 2 aimers, just the third round, if I'm not wrong, was in their favor where they were able to completely take down the whole team of Random 5 and then eventually came up with the defusal. But in this particular round, in round number 5, we saw that a complete struggle was there coming in. Although for a
Yeah.
moment they had the control, I'm talking about slow aimers, but still, Random 5 was able to completely revert it. Once again, a B push coming in. They're trying to completely have the advantage out of it. Like they are in the ruins, steal over could be the area, or maybe Rams. Okay, yeah, choosing the Rams to rotate and then eventually planting the bomb is going to be very, very crucial. But the planter is way too far away. There is going to be a fight. Look at those straight fires coming in. Zero call. Rider
Wow.
picks true. That's interesting. A 1v2 has already been done. A Joker already getting traded off. It seems like that Zappi will be the only hope for the team. And it's a tough one again for slow aimers.
Yeah. Well, slow aim is off to a slow start, and looks like their game is going to be slow for quite some time as Ryder takes down Zappy 3K, the last player from slow aimers, leaving it to nothing but chaos for slow aimers. And Random 5, they have started off with a great start and they're maintaining the consistency. I think their momentum is pretty consistent right now, at least compared to slow aimers. Slow aimers are struggling to build their economy, and Zappy has picked up Knob. I am quite surprised to see. Zappy pick up an op at this point of team situation? Well, sometimes you gotta take that op out in order to, get that confidence for your team. So let's see if it works out for slow aims or not. Random 5 on the other hand seems to be going in for a B entry push, and it has been working out so far for them. They've done quite some damage. Defaulted is down to 44 HP, Rider is down to 34 HP, Slow Aimers is off to a good start in terms of damage, but they still haven't, secured the first frag yet. It's going to be a B hit slowly. It's a
Oh
4v4
wow.
situation. XT gets the first pick, but Mikkel's going in for an immediate trade. The mid is open. So random 5 can call in for rotation or can push through mid. Two really good options for them. But I don't think random 5 is choosing to leave the V bomb side. Looks like the bomber is still aiming over towards the V bomb side. And there's
Mhm.
quite some confusion about, a rotation towards A bomb side, or at least entry over towards B.
I mean, kudos to slow aimers because they were able to hold off the A side as well, and that was the best part. But moving forward, yes, indeed, B is now looking like there is going to be a clash at that particular B side, and it seems like that there is going to be a push from Ryder's perspective, and also Miguel's is trying to make his way. Some stunts are going to get utilized. Obviously, that can actually impact a lot. With that stun, obviously, the position is going to get revealed, and maybe there is going to be a takedown coming in. I would love to see how far that anticipation goes on. Okay, one more shot. Joker now has been picked off. Through the smoke, there is going to be another guy who might actually get taken down. Zappy is going to be there. That's interesting. What a pick coming in. Okay, we do have Zappy once again coming up with a op shot without any scoping. Still, he gets the advantage out of it, but still, it is random 5 who's going to bag out the 7th round out of the best of one in this point.
Yes, 6 rounds for random 5 and slow aimers. They're just stuck and still, trying to find hope and building momentum. Well, as I want, the last round was quite a, huge trade off for them picking up an op. I think it was just not in their favor. Nevertheless, they would be going in for an eco rush over towards the B bomb side, and luckily, random 5 is also headed over towards the B bomb side. It can either be a pistol's bloodbath, or else it's going to be a complete shutdown for slow aimers. Well, random 5 is not going to take any chances giving out the first peak for slow aimers, so they're going to go on a calculated intel based information, and they haven't found anyone, at least over towards B bomb side. I mean,
Mhm.
slow aimers, they know that it's an eco
So,
for them, and Mikkels is just making it as an advantage, playing out slow aimers, gets the double kill. He's looking for more. The bomb is getting planted down. Meanwhile, he's trying to push forward. Couple of flashes coming in through. Ghost takes Tex down, but
wow.
Joker is going to use that P250 to his use. Zappy immediately coming in for the backup. After picking that up, Joker makes a difference, gets another frag, leaves us to a 2v2 situation. It's an eco round for slow aimers, and if they get this round, there's nothing more better than this. Zappy at a very difficult position, puts that nade, does quite some damage, sports Zappy 3k out, but defaulter and zero cool shut it for random 5, making it another round in the bag. I mean, slow aimers eco
Mhm.
was so close. I think they've done quite some economy damage for random 5, but since the
Yeah.
random 5 have been winning, last couple of rounds back to back, they don't really have to look after their economy. They're just so confident to go and get the rounds.
I mean, while looking at the game, I guess we can clearly see that after the third round, there was a complete control coming in from random.
Uh-huh.
Can easily go ahead and comfort a lot of picks in their favor. I would love to see how far this aggression is going to go. Joker is trying to push forward, has got the idea where the play might be. Some utils are going to get thrown at that point, and eventually Sim does the other guy from Random 5 as well. But there is a complete control coming in from both the sides. They're not messing around at this point. They know if they move a lot, they can easily be picked off, and Ajay does the same. A very beautiful ring shot on Ghost, and with that, a very good big opening has been delivered. Some more AK shots are coming in. The connections are yet to be found, but still they're trying their level best. Now XG once again gets picked up by Riders Op. That's interesting. Both of these teams have got the oppers, and eventually both of these teams oppers are getting the output as well. Ajay now gets taken down. Zappy is again another player who has got the op. So one op, two M4s, and there we go. Another retaliation coming in. Zappy gets picked off. Joker finds another one. Mikkels. It's a 2v2 scenario. The bomb has yet to be planted. The guy known as Ryder is there with the bomb, but he's trying to approach the B side. While approaching, he might be taken down, but Ryder was able to judge the player and was able to take one down with the op. Another one picks him. That's the only hope for the team still left at this point. he's trying to push forward, no doubt in that, but still, at the same time, maybe the output is not going to be that amazing. Joker, a 1v2 for him. He can easily go ahead and do it. Right now, he was waiting for the right time period. Strikes on the player. Yes, the damage was done. Still not enough to completely shut him down.
Yeah. It's pretty much, yeah, it plays a huge role, and I guess Ryder is definitely putting that into his way. Unfortunately, he couldn't clutch it, but he's got quite an exit frag, at least to count on, and saving that op can be a good investment for him to reinvest that weapon in the next round. And I'm not sure if there's going to be a full buy coming in through. Yep, it's just going to be a couple of upgraded pistols and a lot of util coming in from slow aimers. I think they're gonna go for a very aggressive push. Rider, on the other hand, with the op, is gonna go for an entry peak. Zappy with a P2000 is looking very confident, but Defaulter is gonna get the first pick on the board. Random fire looking good. Rider, on the other hand, takes down Joker, is trying to get more kills. Pulls out the Tech 9. Unfortunately, couldn't do much as Slow Aimers have gone for an eco push. Ghost slowly and patiently waiting for the players to spot out, and he definitely does take some. On
Oh,
the other hand, shotgun sometimes comes in your way and sometimes against you. But Random 5 made sure that all the odds are in their favor. 9 rounds for
mhm.
Random 5. And it was pretty much an eco round for slow aimers, so I was not really expecting anything. But a good eco round for them, I think. I mean, the fact that they're able to pull out an op right now says that they've done much much damage for Random 5.
Yep, I mean, they're trying to choose the utilities. Zappy himself has got the op, but other than that, he does not have any kind of utils. Along with the diffuser kit, he is going to be a formidable weapon for the team known as Snow Immers as well. But eventually, the peaks and the aiming that is coming in from the other guys like Random Pipes is looking quite good. Ghost now at 70% of his HP is trying to push forward, but indeed, Joker has been picked off by Rider's Swap. That's interesting. A very good shot coming in. With that, we are left with just 4 players from Slow Aimers, and eventually, the full 5-man stack is there from Random Pipe. It's going to be a tough battle. XM is now holding angles. He's waiting for the right opportunity because he knows there might be some other player trying to push forward from this particular angle, and if he gets an opportunity through the dark, maybe he can easily just shut down those players. Some more smokes are coming into the play. It is not going to be that easy. There are incendiary grenades also being thrown here and there in the mid area, but still, I guess players from Random Five are now trying to approach from mid to jungle, or maybe they can actually push forward to to the chamber. Maybe they can actually go for the sniper's nest as well. There might be some other players going. Ryder is trying to approach it, but it is going to be player number 7 who is going to approach it, which is Host. Not a lot of HPs for him, but still he's going to be the one which might actually get the advantage at this point. Trying to push forward, but every single guy from Solo Aimers have got their own angles to cover up with. But Texim gets taken down with that. Now Ryder is having an idea. He might actually get another one with the op because there is a player pretty close to him. And with that gun switch, obviously his positioning has been revealed. Sindre once again getting used up. Still not a lot of output from Ajay's corner, but he's the last man standing. He's the only hope. Ghost has been taken down with a good ding shot, but eventually what he will be able to do against a 1v4 is going to be the big question because he does not have a lot of utilities. I mean, there is nothing in his hand except an M4, but see, he still was able to find one pick. Maybe another one. Yeah, there we go. A 1v3 has already been done from his perspective. Now he's going to switch up the gun, but now his HP is at a very bleak corner. Just one gust of wind, and eventually he is going to go down. This is going to be a day with just 2 HPs, and there we go. 10th round in the
Yeah.
favor of Random 5, and with that, we are off to a very good start from Random 5's perspective. Just 6 more, and they will be off to the quarterfinals.
Yep. Just 5 more rounds and it's a match point. And I think we're running right on schedule because Random 5 seems to be dominating Slow MS completely. Slow MS look very underconfident from the last time I've seen them, or Random 5 has just got the right amount of practice and the right amount of communication along with their strategies. Everything, cooked well into a beautiful dish at the moment. Just 5 more rounds. We're still at the round 12. We've got 3 more rounds for the side swap to happen. Zappy with an opening, but Metals and Default are immediately answering back to slow aimers for that one kill. Another trade coming in through from Metals, but we've got an op which won't be in your favor. Metals with 4k in his hand. He can go for an ace, but I don't think it's quite an ace for him since I think Defaulter got one of the assets. So let's check. Yeah, there you go. There's always one player in the team who takes your ace away, and that is defaulter right here for Random 5. But Random 5 making it to 11th round, surprisingly, their economy, their game style looks perfect and consistent, while slow aimers are just not having a good day. It's just not their day, it's just not their game.
Mhm. I mean, yeah, Random 5 is looking quite composed. They know how to push forward, they know when to actually hold back, and that's the best part. Because on the hand side, before Okuba Swimmers, they're struggling a lot. They're trying to come up with some angles, but now finally they've got an idea. Like through the smoke, he gets a ring shot. That the player known as Joker is one of those unformidable player from this particular team, along with Zappy, who is doing the hard work, with getting some good picks. Now the deep shot was about to come in, but still it was Reporter who gets it, and Zappy now has been picked off. Some more utils have been thrown on multiple angles. Now the bomb planting could be there, but the player who is willing to plant the bomb is already there at the A side, and the struggle is there. Bomb has been planted. Some more needs, some more utils. Texem also gets picked off by Mikkels. Mikkels finds another one, that is XG, who has been picked off. That's interesting. Now Joker is the only hope for the team. The one who started it all for Slow Aimers is going to be the one who wraps it all. Maybe in the favor of Team Slow Aimers, because yes, the time is running out. Does not have any diffusal kill in his favor, but still finds one. Okay, that was Ryder who finds one, and Joker was the one who has been taken down. 13 rounds down to dust, and it is still Random 5 which is having the major share of this particular matchup. Because look at them, a complete control after the third round.
Yeah, while Random 5 not just have taken the control, but they have taken away the momentum as well. I think there's no hope or faith, but slow aimers, all they have to do is believe in themselves and maybe make a comeback. In second half, they most probably might have a chance to make a comeback, since they'll be starting on the B side, but their playstyle is quite too passive to be on the attack side. Well, Random 5, they're exactly made for that. Their aggression is what gets them most of the results and the frags, of course. XT, on the other hand, opens up and takes Mikkels down, one of the most important player in the team. Zero cool immediately trading for XT. Mikkels is currently sitting on top of the leaderboard along with Defaulter with 17 kills. So both of them are contending for the MVP over here. Both of them from the same team. Wow, what a shot coming in from Zero Cool, but unfortunately, quick trades coming in from Slow Aimers. A 2v1 situation, or 2v2 situation. Zero Cool almost down to 6 HP. Master's curse, that's definitely not in his favor. Texam gets taken down. It's an Opper versus an Opper. Wow. A classic battle to watch out for, though. The bombs in the hands of Ryder, so it's going to quickly rotate over towards the A-bomb side, while Zappy is still waiting if he can gather any little info as much as he can. Two flashes towards the mid. A good bait coming in from Rado. He's walking back over towards the B bomb side, which pretty much makes me think that he's gonna go for the plant. He has the Tech 9 as the secondary weapon, and
Wow.
Zappy, he has to be very careful. He has taken the bait. He's going over towards the A bomb side. He doesn't hear a single
There you go.
noise, but the bomb has been already being planted down at the B bomb side. How unfortunate! And both of them are gonna face a direct battle, and Oppo versus Oppo, and
Oh.
Ryder has the advantage. Zappy, that was not the jump you should have done, and Random 5 take away another round in their favor.
I mean, see, Ryder had the op, and eventually the other guy, Zappy, was trying to rotate from the back alley. Obviously, it's a very long way to come up with, and you can clearly see it's a straight shot if you are able to connect it. And that's exactly what Ryder did. He was having the clear idea that the play might actually come from that particular angle, and he was able to just completely destroy him. The only round after the third one where I still felt that there is going to be a controlling situation coming from slow aimers is also out of the hands. I would love to see what happens, because yes, the first half is going to get compromised pretty soon. This is the final final round of the first half. Second half has been traded off. There is a slow but steady approach coming in from slow aimers, and they're getting the output at this point. You can clearly see actually finds another one. With that, there is going to be a trade. Oh, that was a good shot coming in. Zero Cool is looking very good. Two ding shots and two good players are already out of equation. Now it's all about Texam. He has to do a 1v3. Yes, Defaulter is at a very low amount of HP, but on the hindsight, if we talk about Zero Cool and Ghost, look at them. 100% HP, has got the Kevlars. Texam has got the Famas, which is again infamous for his recoil, and eventually, if we talk about the connectivity, it might not be there from Texam's perspective. Let's see if he's going to approach it. He finds the player, but still gets dinged by Ghost. With that, the first half is already done and dusted. A complete shutdown from Random 5's perspective. There is not a lot of possibilities now because Random 5 will be getting their match point if they secure the 16th round as well.
Yeah. Well, a crazy start for Random 5, and I think it's going to be a crazy game for them. Just one round away from hitting that match point, and one round, I mean, 2 rounds away from that victory. And I guess that, Random 5 are very confident. They know that they're going to win this map, and so does their game style, depicts so. They're very aggressive. They didn't give a chance for slow aimers to get into their skin. Well, it's a pistol round, and it's obviously going to carry the economy for the next half of the game. Mikkels, with a very heavy and aggressive start, takes away the double kill, but Zappy immediately answering back gets a double kill with the Glock. But Ryder is going to finish off this round for Random 5. It is match point, ladies and gentlemen, for Random 5, while slow aimers are still struggling with only one round to their favor.
Well, it does feel like that at this point. So Immerse is not going to have anything in their favor because the thing is, Random 5 have got the complete control. Just after the third round, every single round was there in the favor. A complete momentum is being tossed around at this point, and Random 5 is definitely looking quite strong. For a moment, I did thought after the third round that there is going to be control, but let's talk about the match. 17th round is what we are looking at. There are going to be some utilities thrown here and there. Some more space coming to the play, but still not a lot of output. Texan gets picked off with that. If I talk about XZ, he's also getting surprised a lot. It's a 4v5 scenario where obviously slow aimers and terrorists is struggling a lot to have to push forward, and then again gets a shot onto his body, picks him in shot, and XZ is going to be the last two players which are still surviving. And there you go, one more pick. It's all about XZ. He has to come up with a 1v4. Okay, 1v5 to be precise. Yes, Ghost and Zero Call
Yeah.
are not looking very good when it comes to their
Yep.
HPs, but still, for XD to do a 1v5 at this point, I guess we are demanding a lot from his side. But he decides that he's going to go all focus, and he's trying to come up with a shot, but still fails to do anything. And at the end, we do have the particular team known as Random 5 moving on and being the fifth quarterfinalist.
Yes. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was a quick match coming in from Random 5, I should say, the way they started off and the way they carried themselves throughout the game. And 16-1 is obviously, I mean, 16-0 is ideally a dream for all the CSGO players. That too on a tournament level definitely gives out a lot of complimenting titles for you to brag about. But 16-1 is still a great, score starting off for the qualifiers. I hope when we go to quarter finale, we get to see quite some competition from these teams. But great game coming in from Random 5, and unfortunately, slow aimers, they did not perform very well today. Let's quickly jump into the match highlights and see what exactly went wrong with slow aimers. I feel like it was the way how they started off, with very less confidence. They pull off one round, but they could have done much better in terms of fragging or communication, at least. But their economy was one important thing to talk about. They kept
Yeah.
reinvesting in weapons, which led to such an inconsistent economy, and they didn't have guns. So that when you're playing against a team like Random 5, their aim is obviously on point. So the only way you counter strategize them is through your communication or crossfire setup. And they started
Yeah.
off on CT side, so crossfire setup could have been one of their advantages. But Random 5 is Random 5. They just pushed, they had fun. I can see them having fun throughout the entire game though.
The thing is, the only trouble in my mind was like, Soemas had the series at advantage. They should have actually formed some crossfire, some angles from which they could have easily taken down the players. But the thing is, they were getting shattered every now and then. They were trying to be a bit more aggressive, but in the later stages, after like 10 rounds or so, we did saw a lot of like, let's say, passive plays coming in from that particular team as well. We'll see all of those stuff in the highlights. So let's dive into that as well, so that we can have a brief idea of how it all started. Well, initially the first round was again looking very close because both defaulter and their teammates like Random 5 and Swimmers both were looking on the same page. They were not having a lot of HPs, but then again eventually it was Random 5 who started popping out by buying Gullils and AKs in just the second round. So they were quite committed with their guns, quite committed with their creds also. And eventually, if we talk about the third round, at that particular round, it was the team known as the Umers which had the control because they were playing bit passive. Miguel's was the only one surviving. He has already secured two good players out of the equation, but eventually he had to do a 1v2. Was able to find one, but another one gets him by a ding, and that was Ajay. And due to that particular fight, it was the first round where we had hopes from Snowhammer's side that they might actually back out. They might actually, maybe let's say, control the city side advantage indeed in the actual first half. But that didn't happen because after that, it was a gradual shift coming in into the aggression, and eventually Random 5 took it all the way to the end of first half, and also in the start of the second half, they had the complete control.
Yeah. Well, I mean, great start, but Sloimus just couldn't catch the pace in, like, random five was up to. Zappy, on the other hand, I think he had quite, few unique kills in his teams. Again, when we get to the scorecard, we can talk about, the fragging department, how well, Sloimus did. But initially, starting off, they had very shaky start, and they just didn't know how to, build that momentum up. They just didn't know how to come back into the game. Well, random five, they've capitalized on every round. They just made sure that it's going to be that one important factor, that is the momentum, and they just didn't want it to slide into the hands of slow aimers. And slow aimers, by the time they even communicated a one call properly, I think the round was already way too fast. And random five, they're all about taking opportunities. They're all about making those risks, and hence it has led them to the score of 16-1.
Yeah, complete control indeed. The score was absolutely mesmerizing, as you said, 16-1, which is, I guess, the biggest difference that we did saw from the start of this online qualifiers and this Alienware presents TC Arena Connect. But yeah, at the end, if we talk about the scorecard, you can easily see that Random 5 had the complete control throughout the way. Zappy on the hand side with Joker was quite a bit chaotic player for Snow Aimers, but indeed, when it comes to the team effort, I guess at that point, Random 5 was working out their way because Zero Cool, that is another one of those guys who was getting a lot of dings. Although he's at the bottom of the food chain at this point, like bottom of the aggression, or should I say bottom of the kills, but still he was one of those players who was getting a lot of ding shots at the right time period. It's really very important to actually get those picks at the right time. Ryder on the other corner had 22 amazing eliminations, like kills, 9 deaths, 2 assists, and eventually the ADR is also 119, which is again a very good score. And look at FPR, that is again more than 2. So that's impressive because if I'm not wrong, in 5 qualifiers we did saw just 2, including this one, we did saw 3 players having the APR of that particular point, so maybe them more than that. Yesterday, I guess we had a FPR of 2.19 coming from the last match, so that's interesting as well. Snoimers on the other corner had a very good experience out of it, I believe. They are going to learn few new things out of this particular matchup. But yes, Ancient is one of those maps where things can change quite rapidly, and that's exactly what Random 5 was good at. They were changing the pace of the
Yeah.
game. But now let's talk about the MVP of this Alienware presents, the Esports Club Arena Connect Coimbatore online qualifiers day number 2, match number 5. We have the MVP of the match as Random 5's Rider, 22 amazing kills, as I said, 9 deaths, 2 assists, and rating is of 2.05.
Yeah. 22 kills, Ryder. I think there was a very thin line between Ryder's frags and Michaels. Both of them did very well. Michaels, was that one player who gave great support to his team, and Ryder was the one who took all the opportunities over Michaels. Whenever the rounds that Sloan is out to take Michaels first, Ryder stood up for the team. Even we've seen a lot of clutches coming in from Team Random 5 as well. There were situations where I thought it was very obvious for Sloan to get that round, but they changed the sides. Random five is just too unpredictable and confident at this point. And I really want them to keep going if they want to survive in this tournament. And LAN is not going to be an easy task, of course. When you're offline, you have to, keep your calm together, look after your teammates. And I don't know, maybe sometimes the weather also could be an issue. But coming back, great game from Random Five, honestly, and Stoimus could have done better, but better luck next time. Maybe they can have a chance. I'm
Yeah,
sure we're gonna keep bringing up a lot of CSGO tournaments, and also, ladies and gentlemen, do follow us on our Instagram. That is Edre the Esports Club for more updates on Coimbatore and Raider. It was a really,
yeah.
really great game. The first game was so quick. In a blink of an eye, we finished it.
Well, yeah, moving onwards, let's talk about the details. As you know, guys, there is a QR code sitting on the screens, and you can just scan it so that you can get the free pass and visit the venue that is in Coimbatore. The stadium is Vrindavan Auditorium. You can go ahead and get all the details after scanning this QR code. Make sure to actually go ahead and visit it because there is a prize pool of 1,50,000 for the CSGO. But other than that, the rest 1,50,000 is the amount which is going to be credited for like CSGO 2v2, Road to Valor Empires, FIFA 23, and Model Combat and games like that. There is going to be another things like the experience zones of Alienware is going to be there. Racing simulators will be there. Meet and greet from some amazing influencers are also going to be there. So yeah, guys, make sure to go ahead and eventually scan this QR code so that you can get all the updates, all the ideas, and eventually a free ticket to the grand finals of the CSGO as well.
Yes, and if you are an esports enthusiast and if you are looking to explore your options at Coimbatore, definitely go ahead and attend this LAN event. But meanwhile, me and Red are gonna take a break. We'll meet you right back here shortly for the second map.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a beat. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Baby.
Well, after a short break, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Alienware presents TEC Arena Connect. Currently, you're watching the online qualifiers day number 2 for CSGO Coimbatore, and it has been so far a great day, a great start to the game. And
Yep.
of course, with me joining on the desk is the humble raider. How do you feel after the first match? 16-1, a very close deed.
I mean, I guess slow aimers were trying their level best, but eventually it was a very good match coming in from Random Five's perspective. So yes, the start of this day, day number 2 to be precise, was absolutely amazing for me. The way the competition went out was absolutely amazing. So a quick recap for you guys: Random Five had 16 points in their favor, 14 I believe in the first half, and eventually just the another two in the second half, in the start of the second half. And on the hindsight, if I talk about slow aimers, they just had one round, that was the round number 3, where they were able to completely shut down Random Five, and then eventually came back with the diffusal. Now, moving forward, we do have a lot of matches coming in. For example, Kingpins versus Elements. I'm way too excited for this particular matchup because, as Alika said, eventually in the start of this day as well, that Kingpins is one of those amazing teams which have been showcasing the talent from a very good time period. But right now, another shift in the map as well. That's interesting. We have a new coming in as the map, as the final map, or should I say, the decider one, where 30 rounds are going to be played. Maybe overtime's also coming in, but I would love to see how Kingpins is going to enact with that. And remember, guys, counter terrorists will be the team known as Elements, so they might have the initial control in it.
Yeah, well, Nuke is definitely a different map. I mean, a lot of professional players and a lot of professional major tournaments also, preferably take Nuke as one of their first maps. But a best of one and King Pinks were actually the ones who banned Inferno, and it was in the hands of team elements to choose between Ancient and Nuke. I think they've chosen the map which is the most relatable and familiar with them, and that is Nuke. I think Nuke is one of the greatest maps and one of the toughest maps to make a comeback in. I've seen teams lose drastically with a huge score difference in Nuke. But again, CSGO is uncertain, miracles are everywhere. So let's see. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
confident that Kingpins definitely has a huge
Oh.
advantage starting off this match because they have been playing this game for quite some times. And personally also, Elvis, Bhavi, Benzine, Dice Dealer and Cyclone together have been in this, roster Kingpins for quite some time. And I should say to all the audience and of course you, Raider, keep on a
Mhm.
lookout for Benzine. He's a beast player, and
Oh
when it
yeah.
comes to Bobby, he's the oppo for his team.
I mean, we have seen this guy performing exceptionally well in the previous community cups of the TC as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how that performance goes on. But there we go. Savage finds a very beautiful thing. It seems like that there is going to be a struggle coming in. Now, Benzine becomes the second last player surviving, to be honest. Maybe the last one as well, because look at Elvis. His HP is not at all looking good, but still there is a trade fight coming in. Elvis finds a very huge opportunity at this point, but Elvis unfortunately gets traded off at the same time. Now, it's all about Benzine. Does not have the bomb, has to go ahead and do a 1v4, then eventually come up with a bomb planting scenario as well. Time is running out. It's just 1 minute and 9 seconds more to go. But Benzine finds another one. That's interesting. The picks are coming in. Oh, what was that? Benzine finds another pick. A body shot and then a ring shot for Imba. That is again a very good thing. Now LK and Jalila is going to be the another guy which is still surviving, and he has been taken down. That's amazing. Now it's all about LK. LK versus Benzine. It's a 1v4 in the making. Oh man, I'm impressed. I'm impressed the way this guy is performing. He can actually go for the B side and eventually plant the bomb because it's pretty close right now. And the other guy, that is LK, is pretty much unaware of the fact that there is a guy which is pretty close to the rafters and he is about to plant the bomb. So that can be the case. Maybe Benzine is going to approach it. Already has got the 3 kills, but he is also trying to figure out where the enemy is because he knows if he gets caught off guard, it won't be looking good for him. But at the same time, Benzine pushing forward. LK has got the idea that there might be a play coming up in the close quarter. That is why he's just staying in a corner, will be able to spot the guy Benzina, and look at this. He's going to backstab him while the plantation is going on. He's going to completely shut him down. A very close matchup for Benzine indeed. I just am thinking like if Kingpins had the control as a team effort, if Kingpins would have pushed forward, I really think that this would have been the round in the favor of Kingpins. But yeah, Elements, indeed a great job coming in from LK because he was the savior of this round for the team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Not really a great start for Kingpins, but Elements certainly, pretty much seem like they know how to deal against Kingpins. They know how to, counter strat Kingpins and how to play against them. Looks like Elements have done their homework pretty much, and I'm still looking forward for Kingpins to start off their accounts, to start off their first round. Of course, a match with close score is definitely going to be a treat for casters to watch and the audience, obviously. Coming back, Kingpins looks like they're going in for a full eco. Unfortunately, we've got Cyclone with an AK. I feel like, yep, one man AK setup could be quite risky because sometimes
Yep.
that might not go in your favor. He won't get a buy next round if he's not gonna make enough damage with this round. On the other hand, team elements have gone for a force buy. Cyclone making the gestures for the weapon. AK takes Savage down. Well, a great white pick
What?
coming in from Dice Stealer and Elvis. If it's an eco, doesn't matter. Kingpins are gonna show that aggression over down to a 2v5 situation. Elements is in a huge disadvantage right now, considering that their force
Wow.
spy round has been shattered by Kingpins. Wow, what a start of the round for Kingpins.
Yes, Cyclone was the hero AK, but right now he has been taken down by Nims with a beautiful SMG. Now pushing forward. Nims has got that AK that Cyclone was carrying, and eventually he can come up with a 1v4, but the time is running. Just few seconds to go. I guess 45 seconds. That's what we get after planting the bomb. I would love to see how the plantation is going to work out at this point because there might be a trade fight coming in, but Nims is trying to just safeguard that AK. It seems like that he's just completely going to fall back to the key side and eventually just safeguard himself at this point because, yeah, credit is something, economy is something which they have to focus on. That's exactly what they're trying to do. But Benzine has got an idea. He's coming up with the dig. He might actually shut him down before the match gets over. Oh, Benzine unfortunately gets traded off at the same point. But yeah, again, the more pushy fights, and finally the AK that he was trying to safeguard is already out of his equation. And finally, it's Kingpins which is back in the game, and now they might actually have the credits with which they can easily bounce back and maybe have some good utilities and as well in the next round that is going to be round number three. But in the initial play, you did saw how Benzine actually got configured out, got taken down in the later stages of the game after the bomb was planted. Eventually, he was trying to rotate back to the T side. He was trying to figure out where the player is, and unfortunately, got traded off. Now, LK with a scout. It's interesting. I mean, to be honest, LK is doing everything that is possible in his hands, but LK unfortunately gets traded off. He had the best gun out of the teammates, but eventually he gets traded off at the same time. Now the other guys have got peaks and some other pistols as well, but yeah, again, not a fruitful advantage. Elvis finds Nims, which is again a good thing, and Babu finds another one. Okay, a 1v2 has been done by that guy, so obviously he is the one who has to be configured out, and yes, that's exactly what happened. Now it's all over Limba. Bhavi, Benzine, and
Yeah.
Daisira. These are the three players still surviving. Benzine is already off to a very good 1v2. He can actually do a 1v3, but at this point, Deegs in the hand. Counter terrorist is just making his way to the side, to the A side to be precise, trying to hunt down the players. Well, it won't be that easy because multiple corners have been already configured. He might actually go for the gun of that guy who has been dropped off. So, yeah, it will be amazing. Yes, he's got the AK. Now, obviously, a very comfortable weaponry is there in his hand. He can easily shut down one or two players, but
Hmm.
Daisira has got the idea that there might be a player in the angles. But yeah, a very sneaky play coming in. He might be saving this gun. Maybe not going to be that fruitful. But yeah,
Yep.
that's the play he's trying to go with. Saving the gun is going to be the key.
Well, Well, it was their eco round, so saving a weapon is a win for them at the end of the round, and they're city sided, so there's nothing much that they can do. And Kingpins, on the other hand, they have immediately answered back. Elements looks like we spoke too soon that Elements got the first pistol round
Wow.
and they are looking confident, but Kingpins literally snatched that round away, made it and punished Elements and reminded them. But Kingpins off to a great start and they have taken over the lead right now. Elements, on the other hand, slow and steady, they have successfully managed to save one AK. So it's going to be a one man AK setup again coming in from Elements, quite similar to what Kingpins did in their second round. But I think it's going to be a push coming in from outers with that AK. But if that AK goes down, it's going to be very difficult for Elements. Elvis was with the opening frag, takes LK down. There's still 1 minute 23 seconds left on the clock for them to make their way. And Kingpins are playing a very slow game right now. Looks like it's going to be a hit anytime soon.
Can be, because they do really have the control at this point. There are two players struggling from elements at this point on the B side, but they might be approaching it pretty soon. There might be some good shots as well. Dizil is trying to have the advantage out of it, has the takedown in hand along with an SMG, trying to get the output, trying to pressurize the player, but Dizil finds another ding shot that was impressive from his corner. One more player has been picked up. It's all about Nims and Savage. Well, unfortunately, Nims have also been picked up. It's all about Savage. He is there waiting for the right time period to strike on, has got the knife in his hand. He might be able to push forward, but before that, he's going to switch up the positioning. Has got the USP in his hand, obviously not going to be that fruitful when the enemy is utilizing AKs and SMGs in their favor. So it's all AK buy coming in. One good shot and that could be it. And yes, he spots him. Kaizila gets the advantage. Look at him where he was. Like, he was getting the boost from the Seer and eventually was able to shut him down. Once again, it is looking like a similar story as what we saw against Random Pipe and the other team, which was Slow Aimers. But yeah, it is still little too early to say that. 4 rounds have been passed. We do have a lot more rounds to go with. I mean, eventually 16 is the score that Kingpins have to hit in order to just completely take this home and eventually be the 6th quarterfinalist.
Yeah, and you know, in order to make it to the top 4, you have to beat everything that comes in your way, especially in a single elimination method. I think it just gets quite hectic for you, or else it can be quite an advantage for you, like how Kingpins is currently holding off the lead against Elements 3-1. Look at Cyclone, goes for the backstab and definitely makes it happen, takes Savage down. It's a full buy round for Elements. They have to be really careful of their positioning. They have to be really aware what are the possibilities that
Wow.
Kingpins can push through. And I think Babu Jalil is just cracked one code, takes one player down, and so does Imba. The round is slowly going to the favor of Elements, and it finally does. Elements take away the round, defusing the bomb. And here we are. Team Elements take away the second round.
Finally, a comeback coming in from Elements' perspective. That's quite impressive as well. Eventually, the 2nd and 5th round is now in the favor of Team Elements. In the first half, being the series headed team, they should actually secure more and more rounds. But yeah, the fact is, just 5 rounds have been passed, and we do have 10 more rounds to be precise in the first half. So maybe it is going to be a situation where Elements is going to have the complete control of next 10 rounds, or maybe the major share of those 10 rounds, and that is going to be quite crucial. In the highlights, we did saw in the instant replay that how the performance went out in the previous matchup in the 5th round to be precise. But once again, after a very good start, they have the AKs, they have the M4s as well in the hands. And on the hindsight, we do have an off coming in from Bhavi's side. And remember, guys, no doubt Benzine is quite good when it comes to his AK game, or should I say, close quarter combat. Bhavi is another player which you should watch out. If he has got the op, he is going to be quite messy around it, and he's going to take 1 or 2 players for sure down. And yeah, look at those angles. Dizil is obviously one step ahead when it comes to his angles, and he was able to take down the Savage. Yes, it's a trade-off, but Elvis has been picked off. Now Bhavi, Benzine, and Dizil, these are the 3 players still surviving. They're trying to enact in a fight. They're trying to get the advantage out of it. But it does seem like that Babu Jalila could have actually secured some good picks. But before that, he gets taken down by Benzine. A very good thing comes in. Another retaliation. Benzine receives the taste of his own remedy that he was able to take down like the player in off-guard angle. Now it's a 2v2. Bhavi and the other guy, Dazila, is still surviving on the hindsight. We have LK and Nims trying to just retaliate. This is the best part. This is the part where the players are trying to be a bit more, should I say, cautious. Oh yeah, from the back end it was Nims. He was waiting eagerly for the right moment to strike on, and he does get that moment. A 3-3 coming in the score. Elements is definitely pressurizing the team Kingpins, because Kingpins, they are failing with their strategies at this point.
Yeah. Wow, the way Elements came back and found their, battle through Kingpins is just amazing in the last 2 rounds. I think they know what Kingpins is trying to do. I think they're trying to read the strategies and observe Kingpins' behavior and their gameplay. Like, I like how Elements is taking control of outer, like how Savage has set up his op firmly over towards the outer. On the other hand, I don't see a full buy round coming in from Kingpins. Just a couple of upgraded pistols, and again one man AK. That's Dice Dealer. Right now, last time we saw Cyclone hold up that AK. It's going to be a B hit coming in through. Look at all of those sneaky plays. They're all together. There's only just one player of Elements standing over towards the B bomb side. They have to be very careful when Dash comes through. And here we are. Bobby takes Imber down with a P250, and Dice Dealer immediately answers him back. Dire Stealer gets one. Cyclone unfortunately couldn't get the frag, but he has done quite some damage with the Tech 9. Savage with an op. Takes another one. That's Bobby down the lane. 1v2
Wow.
situation. It is an eco for Kingpins going into their favor while Savage is trying to make it happen with the knob in his hand. Both the players go towards the door, one after the other, walked, but
Oh.
Dice Stealer connected that shot. What a confidence coming in from Dice Stealer, honestly. I mean, two players pushed in, they were already quite confident that even if one dies, there's going to be another player for the trade, and they already pretty much knew that Savage was down to 33 HP. A lot of damage was done by Cyclone with that Tech 9. And Kingpins
Mhm.
immediately snatched the lead away. A very good round coming from
No.
Kingpins. I think it was very productive for their economy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. It is going to help them a lot when it comes to the later stages of this game as well. And as you said, the economy is going to be a bit more strong for them. LK on the hindsight is trying to push back. Nims already gets attacked. His HP is at 76%, which is again a doable fight, to be honest. But now moving forward, Cyclone is trying to trade from the B angle. He's trying to get the advantage of the B side. Obviously, it is not going to be that easy, but the players are trying to approach it so that they can have the last laugh out of it because there is nobody controlling the B side. So yes, it is going to be an advantage. If they push forward, if they are able to get the control out of it, it will be mesmerizing. But there is a complete stack coming in on the A side from the other team. Like Imba is there, LK is gonna be there, Nims is there holding the angles along with Savage as well. The only guy which is out of that angle is going to be player two. But yeah, Imba gets picked off before he takes down one good guy with the dig. That's impressive. Taking down players in the close quarter combat with the dig is obviously going to be very, very impressive. At the same time, we do have a 4v4 type of scenario where Bobby does not have the op that he usually loves to play with. Elvis finds another one, and at the same time, Savage is able to retaliate. It's a 3v3 scenario. I mean, this is the best part. Elements and both Kingpins are trying to trade off each other. Whenever one good pick comes in, another guy from the opponent's team is able to take the trade out of it, and which is again helping a lot of players. The flashbang goes in. Will that be fruitful? Oh, the shot was a close one. The Dice Dealer and the other guys are still here. Cyclone is now going to plant the bomb with that advantage definitely in the hand. The pressure now falls in the hands of elements because they just have the two players surviving, Savage and both LK. Stout and M4, that is the combination that they're trying to go with. Savage is going to come up with an M4 spray on the high side if we're talking about LK. Has got the Stout, is waiting for the right moment to approach with, but he indeed gets traded off by Cyclone. A very beautiful ding shot coming into the play, and with that, Savage is going to be the last hope, maybe getting the pick. But Cyclone does a 1v2 at the end to make it a round, which is going to be valuable for the team known as Kingpins. 8 rounds have been passed, 7 more to go in the first half, and it is still elements which is on the backside, which should not happen as being the CT-sided team. They should have the advantage out of it. They can easily set up the crossfires, but the thing is, Kingpin knows how to actually break those crossfires, and that is why I believe in order to make some new strategies, there is a tactical timeout used by the team known as Kingpins. They're just trying to, I guess, decipher the strategies that is coming from Elements because in quite a few rounds, in to be precise, 3 rounds, they were getting answered back quite harshly from Elements, and in order to just completely nullify that effect from Elements, they just had to have some kind of right strategies in their favor, and that is why that small timeout, the tactical timeout, is going to help them maybe in the later stages in this particular round. They might actually be a bit more strong.
Hmm. Kingpins, the way they're able to, track back their performance, track back, their rounds against Elements is great, but Elements has to start stepping up. This actually might be one of the closest games that we'll be watching today, unless Kingpins decides to take over and just unleash their potential in the map. Nuke is definitely quite a difficult map to work on, and this, oh wow, what a shot coming in from LK onto it. Cyclone deletes him off the server with the Deagle. As I said, Deagles are one of the most powerful pistols apart from AK. Benzene immediately taking him back down. It's a 3v4 situation. Still, the man advantage is with Kingpins, but I think there's still a good chance that, Elements can do it. Nims has an AK in his hand. Unfortunately, Benzene gets another kill. Nims has to move forward, gets flashed, gets taken down. Benzene, the brutal beast. 3 kills back to back. Now it's all left in the hands of LK, all alone by himself. The 1v4. I pretty much don't think that it's gonna do much. So there you go. Benzene with a 4th kill, and Kingpins are off to another round in their pocket. 6 rounds for them.
Yeah, I mean the tactical timeout was absolutely beneficial for the team. They were able to shut down the players, which was again quite an amazing one. And moving forward, Elements is struggling, but they might be able to bounce back in this particular round because as a CSRA team, they're trying to configure what is going wrong to be precise. But now a complete push might be coming in. Once again, Daisy might be trying his level best to get the upper angle in his favor, which he usually goes for beyond the silo. Trying to get the pick, but Imba finds Bhavi, which is again a very drastic change of the momentum for the team. Oh, look at that! Bhavi also gets taken down. It's a 4v4 scenario. Nim's off to a very bad start, to be honest. 22 HP is not looking good for him. If he finds a ding or two, that would be absolutely impressive as well. But on the hindsight, we have Elvis. So Lea gets connected from the back end. It is LK who is going to get the advantage of Benzine. One of those aggressive stance players are already getting picked off. What? Where was that really peaking? Eventually, he's already getting taken down. It's a 2v3 scenario. It's a 2v4 to be precise. So it's a tough one for Cyclone F and Ilvis to come up with. But yes, should not lose hope on them because they are known to do those amazing stuff. The player is going to come and circle around from the silo and he might be able to shut them down. So yeah, it's a tough one for both Elvis and Cyclone to deal with. On the hindsight, the other team is a bit more comfortable, but still Limba gets picked off. And with that advantage, it's a 2v3. It's still looking doable for the team known as Kingpins, and they might just have the end laugh at this point. 47 seconds more to go, and in this minute level of time period, they should actually push forward or maybe get the advantage. I mean, they're trying their level best to get the aggression out, but Cyclone 48% HP. Elvis on the edge, hindsight has got the 100% HP, so he should push forward. He should clear out some angles. Has got the bomb as well in his favor, so maybe he's going to be the fruitful one. Player number 3 from the team, that is Dims, is already setting up a perimeter. He knows that their player might actually switch from this angle because just right now Imba was picked up by the guys of Kingpin. So he's just trying his level best to get an idea. But okay, was about to get the ding, but indeed it is Cyclone who's going to revert back the attack. The first stance of that particular fight was absolutely amazing. Now the bomb is getting planted. Nade is going to come in. That nade is going to be a close one. Indeed, the HP is not looking good. Yeah, Elvis is going to be the last hope of the team. It's a 1v1, a very tough one to be precise. All Elvis has to do is just sit back, relax, and wait for the right template so he can strike. But no, Savage gets the end laugh, and it is Elvis who's going to get picked
Yeah,
up. Now the bomb is going to get defused. 4 to 6, 10 rounds have been passed. Still, Savage is looking decent at this
I
point.
know. I mean, you know, Savage with the rock looked quite confident when he was, moving in for that last kill. It was a very difficult clutch situation. That too against an EK. So rifles pretty much have the advantage when they know your location, when they know when especially the opposite body is exposed. But unfortunately, Kingpins couldn't make that clutch. But Elements is surely on their way to come back. They're coming back on track. It's going to be an outer push coming in from Elements. Savage with the ROP is again trying to get a peek in the outer. Well, nevertheless, he's gonna fall back just to make sure that he doesn't lose a frag for his team. I like how elements have positioned themselves, but Kingpins on the other hand they've spread themselves throughout. Savage takes an opening on towards Pavi, but Dice going in for an immediate retaliation of the kill. But another trade coming in from Imba, leaving it to a 4v3 situation. Eventually, a 4v2. Kingpins is falling down just down to two players. Well, looks like Cyclone is gonna balance the numbers out here for us. The B bomb side is open. All they have to do is just get the bomb and get it planted down. But I'm not sure if the bomb is over towards the B bomb side. Well, Imba, on the other hand, is towards the heaven. And if Cyclone is going to peek against Imba, you will get that frag. A 4v2 brought down to a 2v2 situation currently. Elvis spamming through the smokes. Cyclone, on the other hand, is going to pretty much get the bomb planted down.
Yeah, I mean the bomb has already been planted, so I guess at this point elements have to work up and eventually go in for the diffuser. But before that, they have to check out all the angles. It is going to be a tough one for both the particular teams, but eventually a ding comes in from Elements' side. With that, obviously the advantage falls in the hands of Team Noise Kingpins, and unfortunately, but yes, it is Elements which is going to go out of this equation. 11 rounds have been passed, and still there is a very big chance that Kingpins is going to completely take this home. the way they are forming, the way they are fighting back is looking good. But the elements, I mean, there are small bursts of momentum coming from their particular perspective, but it's still not enough. They have to come up with a team effort so that they can nullify the effect that is coming from Kingpin's perspective. The way Kingpins is pushing, the way that Kingpins is trying to surprise this team. That's the best part. They're surprising every now and then. They're not coming from the same angle. They're coming from different angles. They're trying to stop them from different angles, and that's the best part. Now, once again, smokes utils are being utilized at this point. Beyond the silo, it is going to be Daisy once again trying to have the height advantage. Yeah, the shots are looking good. Imba now attacked a lot on Elvis, and eventually the damage is looking quite similar on both the guys. But unfortunately, Benzene gets kicked out. Now, Benzene is becoming a very good target at this point. Elvis finds not two, three players at this point. There could be a ace momentum from his corner, but let's see. Will Elvis be able to survive? Not at all. LK finds him, trades him off. Nims and LK are the last two players surviving at this point. And it's a 2v3 bomb has yet to be planted. So I guess there is still a lot of hope coming in. And there we go. Cyclone gets caught off guard. But LK unfortunately is also going to get traded off now. Nims has to do a 1v2, also stop the bomb to be get planted. And if the bomb is going to get planted, he has to just go ahead and defuse the bomb as well. So it's going to be a tough one. Player 7, or should I say, he's just on another angle. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he had a very different angle. He had a different approach at that point. But now 47 seconds are left. Time is ticking. The pressure is way too high at this point in Bhavi's perspective as well. And Nims, he's trying to confront some other angle, but let's see how far he'll be able to go. He's trying to approach the B side. Okay, yeah, he's trying to approach the B side. So yes, maybe there is a possibility where he can easily go ahead and plant the bomb on the B side and then eventually have the advantage at the later stages of the game. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. Go ahead and plant the bomb on the edges. So yeah, now he can easily set up a long perimeter and then eventually shoot down the player, which is known as Nims. Nims is again approaching from the similar angle where Bhavi came from. Maybe it is going to be an easy one for Nims as well, but he has to be very cautious of the fact that one good shot on him and that could be it. Some smokes are being utilized at this point, and the nades are also coming in on the same exact angle where Bhavi is residing. So that damage could have been there, but Bhavi decided to fall back a bit. Now he's trying to come back with a shot. Has got the EP in his hand. Both of these players are looking quite confident with that. But yeah, the trade could be coming in. What? With just 30 HP,
And there you
a player
go.
of 100% HP is done and dusted. Wow, but the time is ticking.
I
believe
don't
it
think
is
he has
not going
time to
be easy
defuse.
for them
Yep.
to win. Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't have the diffusal
too
kit. If he
bad.
had the diffusal kit, those 4 seconds would have been very easy. But eventually, it took 10 seconds for him to defuse, and before that, the bomb is already busted. So yeah, at the end, it is Kingpins which is still going to take the advantage out of it. But yeah, I'm quite impressed to see the way Nims outperformed Bhavi at that point.
An unfortunate round for Elements. I mean, he definitely got the last kill on towards Kingpins, but unfortunately, that kit could have been a better help for Elements. Kingpins played it right on time when they saved the round, saved the day for themselves. 8 to 4, still a 4-point lead. Looks like a very heavy and fast push coming in. Babu Jalila spots one out but gets immediately traded. A 3v4 situation while Bobby gets one kill and gets traded at the same point. A 2v3 now, Kingpins with a man advantage. Benzin gets a kill against Imba. The bomb has already been planted down. Quite some time left before the bomb starts to detonate. Nims spots Elvis out, takes him down. It's down to a 2v2 situation. Cyclone is over toward the bomb side, and Benzin is holding him on the other side. Cyclone gets spotted out, takes some damage, down 62 HP. Benzin gets spotted out, and on the other hand, Nims takes him down. I think there's not enough time left for the bomb to get diffused, or maybe there is. And there you go. This time they don't make the same mistake as the previous round. They get the kit,
Yeah.
they make the diffusal. 5 to 8. What a round coming in from Elements. It surely looked like it was a revenge round.
I mean, yeah, it does look like that. But eventually, at the end, I would love to say that still the control is in the hands of Kingpins, and despite of being this a very advantageous round for elements, they still have to configure quite a few rounds in their favor. If the scorecard will be like 7 to 8, that will be absolutely impressive, and then eventually maybe in the second half they can easily start off quite well. Maybe have the control of the particular map. But moving forward, in just 10 seconds, another round is going to get started. That is going to be the 14th round. If the scorecard will be like 9 to 5, then again a massive advantage will be falling in the hands of Kingpins, and they might just completely control it out. A small tactical pause was once again taken down by the team known as Kingpins. I mean, I'm happy to see that Kingpins is trying to take this so very seriously at this point. They're taking some tactical pause. They're trying to configure if there is some error and maybe there's some discrepancy in the strategies and stuff like that. They're trying to build the strategy on the way so that they can have the complete control in the later stages, and that's exactly what is helping them out, leading the charts with 3 rounds in their favor. Kingpins is looking still comfortable, but after losing two back-to-back rounds, kind of losing two back-to-back rounds, because if you guys remember, the 12th round was not at a loss, but still, Bhavi was caught off guard. He was taken down, but Nims now have been traded off. That political player who is changing the pressure and has already been taken down. Again, a Tech 9 spray coming in. With that, two good players have been traded off. Now, Savage comes up, take down two good players. Elvis, Cyclone, Benzine, Dicey, everybody's getting picked off now. It's all about Bhavi. Has to come up with a 1v2. Does not have the right guns to do it, but yes, has got the right spirits. I believe he can actually come up with some good shots. Well, got the M4. With that, he might actually be able to fight back. Yes, he's the one holding the bomb. He is approaching the B side at this point. He's going to be very quick to just go ahead and plant the bomb because he knows the time is running out. He should plant the bomb so that the pressure falls in the hands of other team, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. The bomb is already getting planted. Now LK is trying to pressurize him from the same angle. Bhavi is going to get backstab. It does feel like that because the same angle is going to be there where from which LK or maybe Savage is going to pop out. But once again, flashbangs are being utilized. Not going to be that fruitful, but yes, Bhavi has got the idea because he has got the audio cues. He might be able to have the end advantage at this point. Oh, the needs. This was a close one. Bhavi is getting depleted, and with that, yes, it is done. Timer is ticking, but still Savage has got the defusal kit, as I can see, and that is how he's going to just defuse it and have the advantage. It was LK who was defusing it because if it were if this would have been Savage, it would have been a quicker defusal. But at the end, 2 rounds buffer is still there, and it is looking like that, like where Element is going to have 7 rounds in the favor and Kingpins is going to be stuck at 7. If that happens, obviously the control will fall in hands of Elements while pushing in the CD side advantages area in the later stages, or should I say in the second half.
Yeah. Well, second half is gonna definitely check out a lot of things for Elements and Kingpins. Now that they've brought the game to such a close score, I think it's going to be a 7-8 end, or could be a 9-6. Hard to determine because Kingpins is gone for a full buy, and so did Elements. We currently have an op coming in from Bubby, and it's quite hard to anticipate what type of plays that Bubby will be making. Sometimes Elvis with that opening frag takes Savage down, most important player, and I think the second top fragger smokes out a beautiful flash. Nims is out in the open, gets one frag on towards Elvis, is looking for more kills over towards the outer, but Cyclone will take him down, leaving it to a 2v4 situation. I think it's pretty much going to be a 9-6 scoreline for the first half. Not much
Yeah.
unless Babu Jalila and Imba start trading off, and Dyson just took Imba, which leaves Babu Jalila all alone, and he will be taken care by Benzine. 6-9 is the scoreline, ladies and gentlemen, for the first half, and the Swides will be getting swapped. Currently, we have Elvis on top of the leaderboard with 14 kills and Benzine with 18 kills. Not sure why Benzine is not in the top. Could be, the KDR, or could be the SS, and sometimes could be the deaths as well. Benzine, 18 kills, a beast of a performance, honestly.
Oh yeah, the performance is looking good for sure, but eventually they have to separate. They have to just improve that performance a lot, because the thing is, right now, maybe it's Element which is going to have the end control in the favor. But yeah, there was small hiccup. But yeah, moving forward, let's see what happens. Kingpins have got 9 rounds in the favor, and eventually, if we talk about Elements, they've got 6. If we talk about Cyclone, look at him, dual Bertars in the hand, is waiting for the right moment to strike on whenever the player is going to be there. Coming from this gate, he is going to get created with a lot of shots with that dual Bertar. But before that happens, Ahujalila is doing everything that is possible from his corner, coming up with some good block shots. He's trying to just maintain the anchor, but look at the smoothing shot coming from Bhavi's perspective. Was not expecting that. Babu Jalila was just like, he's going to control this side, he's going to put a lot of pressure. But eventually what happens, Bhavi peaks, and he was able to get a beautiful ding shot onto the face of Babu Jalila. And with that, obviously, the advantage now falls in the hands of KP, should I say Kingpins. But still, the thing is, Dizilla is at very low HP. On the hindsight, Bhavi is there with the 79% HP, but the other 3 players are looking quite comfortable. Savage and the other guys are already at 100% HP with some good Kevlars in their favor, so it can actually help them a lot I would love to see how far this competition is going to get evolved. Yes, the damage is coming in. Imba gets attacked quite a bit. 62 HP is what he's residing at. And Dyson is coming up. Okay, that was again a very good pick. And both Imba and LK has been picked off. With that, Cyclone F gets traded off by Savage. Nims picks off another one. That is being Benzine, who has been traded off. It's all about Nims and Savage now. Unfortunately, Nims gets traded off. It's all about Savage with the Glock in his hand. He's trying to confirm the angles. The bomb has already been planted. So the pressure falls on the only guy that is there, which is known as Bhavi. And Bhavi has a huge responsibility to come up with, because if you guys remember, in past 3 rounds, he has been taken down. Unfortunately, once again that happens. A sad side to watch. But yes, Elements definitely have key control right now. 7-9 is going to be the scoreline. I don't know what is happening to Bhavi. Bhavi is able to control the initial fights in his favor, but eventually in the later 1v1s, look at him going all out and still not giving the output.
Yeah. Well, it's quite a match for Elements as well, and quite a round for Kingpins. Unfortunately, puts them into a eco round, but semi by coming in through one FUMAS and one MP. On the other hand, we've got 2 Mac 10s and 3 AKs into the play, to my surprise. So if Elements is taking any damage in this round, it's definitely going to blow back for their economy. Kingpins, on the other hand, they've got 2 P2000s and 1 Decal as their upgraded pistols. Looks like it's going to be a hit coming in through shortly. Imba is going to be the first point of contact into the push. And here they come. Dice Dealer spots them out. He's going to go into the corner. Elvis gets one. Dice Dealer almost got the second one. He's done some heavy damage. LK gets a kill on towards Barbie, leaving it to a 2v4 situation. There's still some hope left since the HP of LK and Nims to be very less. Benzine gets one. Is going to immediately pick up Khalil. And there you go. Last but not least, but Nims comes in for the rescue, takes Benzine down, and puts 8th round on board for Elements.
Well, there you go. Once again, the scorecard is looking quite familiar. I mean, the chase of Elements is looking quite good. They are trying to give a harsh comeback. And it is again looking like Kingpins is losing a lot of grip at this point. There is a good strategy coming from the corner, but still the output is not looking that fruitful for the team. But Imba once again is trying to have the advantage of the silo. That is usually what Dice Dealer comes up with, and that's exactly what is going to happen. I believe they might actually have the control out of it, but let's see what's going to happen in game about this. Over that, look at those predictable speeds. This is decent. I mean, they have these strategies. Elements, they are trying to impress us at the same time. What Cyclone is trying to do is knifing out the player. Babu Jalala had no idea out of this point. I mean, to be honest, if Cyclone would have not decided to come up with a knife kill, he could have easily taken down at least 2 or 3 players, because he was on the backside. There was no idea for the players of Elements. But yeah, indeed, a knife coming in. If I'm not wrong, yesterday we also saw a knife coming in the first few matches. First to second match, I believe. And today, again, we are going to see that. And it was quite impressive, to be honest. So the Smokey was able to get that amazing trade. Now, Bhavi and the other guys have to go forward. Look at the time. It is ticking down at this point. And yes, the pressure is falling in the hands of KP, Kingpins to be precise. There is no diffuser kit whatsoever. So yeah, this is going to be another round, maybe in the toss. It's a 2v3 right now. Time is not there, and that's it. Cyclone F, will he be able to take down 1 or 2 players or not? I believe he's going to save the AK that he has got. Well, he was able to give the moment of this round, but eventually he's going to get taken down at this point, because yeah, the round is at the favor of Elements. With that, 9-9 is going to be the scoreline. Still 7 more rounds to get for both these teams particularly. Look at this knife kill. Look at this amazing knife kill coming into the play. Through the smoke, he was able to take him down. Eventually, the spray was there, but still, he had no idea. The player had no idea how these knives are coming in.
Yeah. The comeback has finally been done and dusted by Elements. 9-9 is the scoreline, and Kingpins looks like they're been put in a very difficult situation. I haven't seen Kingpins in such a pressure. Playing under pressure could be in your favor or against your favor, but just in a matter of seconds, Kingpins shut Elements down, and as soon as I said that, it's down to a 1v4 situation. LK all by himself over towards the A-bomb side. He gets one pick. He has retrieved the bomb, is planning to go behind, but he has to keep watching his back. He gets a double kill and gets taken down by Benzine Zop, and Kingpins take the round, make it 10 rounds in their pocket. Well, quite few rounds left. I think 5 more rounds for Kingpins to make to that match point, or Elements can do a comeback as well.
That comeback could actually come in, but yeah, Kingpins now they're trying to step it up a notch. They're trying to have the control, but let's see how far they are going to have it. Because the thing is, Elements have got the counter attacks ready, and that is actually quite impressive. I mean, the contest that is happening in this particular POI is absolutely impressive as well. Nuke is the map, which is again the choice of Elements, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, Elements might actually have the advantage on maybe just back out this particular quarterfinals in their favor. Well, obviously it's not going to be that easy. Ticket to quarterfinals is quite tough and quite a demanding one, to be honest. The op shot could actually come in, but before that happens, a trade fire is looking good. Savage already is getting damaged a lot. He could have actually opt the player out, but now just with 25% HP, it is going to be a tough one for him to do that charming effect of the off. But at the same time, if we talk about the exchanges, if we talk about the guns that are being utilized, you can clearly see Cyclone F is now going to have the advantage of the off. But before that, Dice Dealer finds a very good ding shot onto Babu Jalila, and he has been picked off with that shot. Obviously, now the pressure falls in the hands of team elements because they have yet to plant the bomb. They have yet to survive. They have yet to pull through the momentum because Cyclone, despite of the fact that he is very low on his HP, has got the op. So that opping scenario can actually help him a lot. I would love to see how far he's going to stretch out. The competition does not have a lot of utilities except that op. But yes, that op is more than enough. That precision of Cyclone is more than enough, I believe, to shut down at least one or two players at this point. But let's see, let's see. I mean, the complete push is coming in, but that the advantage once again falls in the hands of KP, that is Kingpins, because Savage is going to be the last one survival. Savage is way too far away beyond the silo, so trying to take up a fight, but yes, he has been traded off with that. The score line is looking once again decent for Kingpins, although the buffer is not that much, but still, 2 rounds in the later stages is obviously one of those 2 rounds which can break the momentum of elements.
Yeah. Well, momentum is in the favor for Kingpins, but I'm not sure for how long. Elements currently seem to have a rough time for their economy. Just a couple of upgraded pistols again. On the other hand, Kingpins have gone for an op in the hands of Bobby. And what just happened? Dice Dealer put a nade, he puts a Molotov, and two players are already taken down from side of Team Elements. Wow. Dice Dealer takes a third kill. Could have been an ace, but there we are. Bobby for the rescue gets one. Is looking for the last frag. That is Babu Jalila left all by himself over towards A mains. And there you go. Cyclone comes in. Babu Jalila has been taken down. KP Kingpins with 12 rounds.
I mean, the thing is, at this point, Kingpins is not letting it go. They're trying to have the complete control of this particular equation, and they might just have it because 4 more rounds to go, and then eventually they will be crowned as the quarterfinalists of this particular POI. 6 quarterfinals, 6 qualifiers to be precise, are now going to end after this fight gets over. So yes, the anticipation is quite high, and guys, make sure to remember this is Alienware presents TEC Arena Connect Coimbatore online qualifiers day number 2. We are at the 6th match, and also you can get the free ticket to the LAN event that is there in the Vrindavan Stadium in Coimbatore. Check all the details given in the description and also all the new devices that are there from Alienware's lineup. You can check the amazing laptops that are there. Not just amazing, quite a power pack to be precise. But now moving forward in the game, just few seconds to go when the match is going to get started. Yeah, there we go. The round number 22 has already been started. It is once again KP which is trying to have the advantage, that is Kingpins. And on the hindsight, if we talk about elements, they're just trying to counter-attack the strategies that is coming from the enemy territory, but it won't be easy to be precise. That is going to be a tough call at this point. Savage once again wants to get the advantage out of Silo. Having the height advantage might just save the day for them. But the thing is, Dicey and his teammates are there ready with the AWP, ready with the M4s and the AKs. It is going to be interesting to see how far the retaliation goes on and which particular team is going to have the end laugh at this point. I mean, Bhavi, this guy is very good, but eventually his finishing momentum is not looking good in this particular POI. Like in the nuke map, he is getting taken down every now and then whenever he is the last man standing, and it's a 1v1. In that standoff, I believe he's getting picked up. But I still believe, I have a lot of hope in Bhavi's opping formation. I really think that it can actually help them. But yeah, 1 minute, straight up 55 seconds have been passed, and still nobody has made a move. Both of these teams are trying to pay their respects to each other, but eventually a sudden push will be coming in, and with that, there might be a lot of suppression coming to the formation. And there we go. One good play has been taken down. That's interesting. Once again, a trade fight comes in. Babu Jalila finds Benzine. With that, he's going to find another one. Elvis gets traded off. Dicey finds another one. That is Nimsu has been picked off. It's a 2v3 type of scenario. Once again, Savage and both Babu Jalila are the last two players surviving. Yes, the need goes on. Is it enough? I really love that. The need to be planted, but the backstab coming in. Instant trade from Babu Jalila's perspective. Oh, a 1v1 has already been turned into a 1v2. Oh, that miss of Bhavi It is going to cost them, and yes, it does. What is happening? Bobby once again lost the round because of his sudden plays.
A great round. I just don't know because the hype, the momentum, the way you built it up for the fight, and the way elements just went crushed down. Because the 1v1 was quite a close one, and I think the replay speaks a lot for itself. Definitely the hype was worth it for elements. They've made it to double digits, only 2 rounds later until they make the comeback against Kingpins. And Kingpins, they are just waiting to get to that match point and eventually to that victory. Playing under the pressure is a good thing, but they have to be very careful when it comes to the strategies they are showcasing against elements. Babu Jalila is down to 47 HP. On the other hand, Bhavi is also down to 50 HP. Can be quite a concern over here because Bhavi is the oppo for the team, and Kingpins is currently giving away opportunities for elements to make that comeback. They have to be really careful. Looks like it's going to be an A head coming in from elements all through main, all at once. There's not a single player currently spotted at outside. We've got 2 CT players holding off the A bomb side. Bobby with their off is gonna take that
Oh,
pick. Is definitely gonna make it happen. Die Stealer is gonna be the assist. Benzene at a very close quarters fight gets flashed, doesn't take the peak first, is waiting patiently for Elements to push through. Elements has an op, and that is Savage holding it off. The flash comes through. Unfortunately, the Jin gets taken down. It's gonna be a huge punishment. Bobby gets one. Bobby takes a huge damage. Bobby gets another one, gets traded, no issues.
wow.
Savage with the op is on point. A 2v2 situation. It's in the hands of Elvis and Die Stealer. Savage gets another one on towards Die Stealer, leaving the last player on heaven. His position has been revealed away. The bomb hasn't been planted down. The bomb is taken down. Only 40 seconds left on the clock. He has to just play time. Elvis, you can
Yeah.
do this. Savage down to 4 seconds. Unfortunately, the plant won't be going in through, and that's a win for Kingpins. Now, this is what I say when
Mhm.
you know what playing under pressure looks like. This is what I mean about experience in CSGO. He knew that he was eventually gonna run out of time, so Elvis just waited until Savage, you know, took the bait.
Yeah, I mean, Savage did a wonderful job of taking 2 or 3 players down, but eventually at the end he was unfortunately he was unable to plant the bomb because there was a pressure coming in from the enemy territory. I mean, they were trying to put up a pressure every now and then whenever the bomb planting scenario happened. It was a pressure coming in from Kingpin's perspective, but at the end there is a buffer of 3 rounds, which would have been a buffer of 4 or 5 rounds, but eventually Elements is able to come back in the second half as well, and that's the best part. The comeback is coming in, but once again the pressure will be falling in the hands of elements because they have to push, they have to plan, they have to just safeguard that particular point until unless Kingpins as a whole gets shut down, or maybe one or two players if they are left, they can actually go for the save as well because Kingpins they're looking decent, but they look at their credits, look at their economy at this point. It is getting damaged quite a bit. On the same side, if I talk about elements, they are also feeling the same pressure. They've got the op, which is Savage, who's going to utilize that particular op. But let's see how Babu Jalil and his teammates are going to perform. The best part is Savage is one of those players which is actually helping his team a lot. On the hindsight, it is Benzene, which is working its way to the glory. Elvis and both Dicey is also trying to get some good picks. And I'm actually quite surprised to see Bhavi failing this much today because Bhavi is one of those players who is very good with the op. But yeah, eventually in the 23rd round, if I'm not wrong, he
Yeah.
was good. He was able to take down 1 or 2 players in the particular B side, but still it was not enough because you have to have the end game in their favor. At the end, if I talk about elements, once again, trying to be a very passive team. They're just trying to give room for the mistakes to be done by Kingpins. I mean, if Kingpins decides to be a bit more pushy to be precise, a bit more aggressive, if that happens, then eventually the advantage might actually fall in the element's hand because they're already setting up the perimeter, already setting in the crossfires. But same does Dicey and plays like that. Once again, the pressure is there. The stun was coming in. He knew that again the push will be coming in from the C side, and that is why Nim got 6 HP on the hindsight. There is a trade coming in. Wow, that's impressive. Imba gets taken down. With that, Cyclone is going to take down Imba, and Imba first of all takes on Bhavi. With that, we have a 3v3 scenario where both Nims from Elements and Cyclone from the Kingpins are not looking very good. Babu Jalila on the hindsight has been traded off. Savage, very low HP to be honest, has got the op, but obviously op with 0 HP is not going to be beneficial for the team. So that is why he has to live, he has to fight back, he has to retaliate. Well, it's not going to be easy for sure, but yeah, there we go. Savage gets dinged by Elvis. With that, the last hope, Nims is also going to get traded off. Pretty close to the match point, I believe Kingpins is feeling the joy, feeling the glory at this point on the hindsight elements. They are on a really big pressurizing moment at this point.
Yeah. Well, pressure is definitely in the hands for Elements. I mean, Elements, considering their CSGO background, considering their experience so far, was probably expecting them to perform, but Kingpins are currently been playing together for quite some time, so team game and team coordination is straight up to point for them. Dice Stealer, a great opening for them, takes the entry frag on towards Simba. Cyclone, on the other hand, is looking over towards outer. Look at Savage, he's so smart. He knows that Cyclone is on top over there, so he's just gonna jump spot him. But unfortunately, Cyclone, I think, pretty much understands where Savage is. Tech9 can be quite brutal when you expect, when you expect it not to be. Cyclone has gone in a corner. He's definitely not expecting Savage to push. On the other hand, we just have around 60 seconds left. Savage, if you're going for the push, you have to be really careful. Cyclone has an M4, and with the Tech 9, Savage is out to push that, or he can just go back and help his team. Down to 83 HP, he's definitely gonna jump down to the outer. 45 seconds. The bomb, I think, is headed over towards the B bomb side. There is absolutely no player of Kingpins located over there. And here we are. Dice Dealer goes for another double kill. Well, why is the bomb planted not? Okay, yeah, there you go. The bomb is planted down at the B bomb side. LK just with the deagle. Not really an ideal weapon to guard your bomb, that too against a retake situation. We've got Nims putting the back up, a 3v2 situation. Cyclone gets taken down, unfortunately, by Nims, leaving it as to a 2v2 situation. Eventually, to a 1v2. LK is all you got, and he will go down. And Elvis pushing through the flames, who will defuse the bomb. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the match point coming in for Kingpins.
Well, yeah, Kingpins is now looking very close to their victory, and eventually going for the quarterfinals is going to be the goal for the team. Elements on the other side, they still have a slight chance to come up with overtime if they really want to just configure this particular fight in their favor. But the thing is, Kingpins is just one step away. On the hindsight, Elements have to go for long 6 rounds in their favor back to back. Then only they will be able to have the advantage of the OT. Oh, sorry, 5 rounds to be precise in the favor of Elements, and then we might see the OT coming in. But eventually, we are at the 26th round. Once again, Cyclone F is trying to completely come up with a back 7. That might actually help him save the day. Oh, he was about to spot the player, but Savage spots him instead. I mean, the predictability scenario is coming in from Kingpin's perspective right now. Savage was pretty aware that there is going to be a flank like situation coming in, and that is why he was able to have the complete trade out of it. But now moving forward, once again, Savage has the idea that beyond the trunk there is going to be a guy, and pretty close to this silo fight. I would love to see how the whole enactment is going to go. But yes, multiple corners are being now, I guess, watched from Elvis and their teammates. Like, we have Elvis pretty close to the side, and there is going to be a precise situation come in. Before that, some more smoke, some more flashbangs are going to come in, which is again might not be enough. But let's see how it happens. Babu Jalila has got the AK in his hand, and along with that, it's an all AK buy for the team, along with some utilities, some good utilities to be honest. Daizila on the hindsight has got the M4 and is waiting very eagerly, pretty close to B side, and is trying his level best to go ahead and shoot on the player. But before that happens, Elvis is already being traded off. Now it's all about Bobby, Benzine, and Daizila, where Benzine is also going to get picked off with that Bobby and Daizila. Both of them are left, but look at the damage. Bobby just 60 HP. Bomb has already been planted. It's a 2v4 type of scenario where LK is not looking very good when it comes to his HPs. But still, let's see how far they will be able to establish the connection. Well, Pavi finds one. It has been Imba who has been picked off. The time is running out. They do have the defusal kit on both the players, which is again a good thing. If they have the defusal kit, they will be able to sum up the deal pretty soon, even if their survival is not going to be that easy. But yeah, Nims gets traded off with that. It's a 1v2 right now. And the only guy LK is going to get survived. I believe the defusal is going to be easier one. It is going to be a close one. And yes, defusal is done. It is Kingpins which is going to move forward. No doubt, hands down. Elements did a very beautiful job of giving up the competition, but in the end, it is Kingpins which is going to move forward. A commendable job in the second half. Indeed, it was coming up very close in the first half. If you guys remember, the scoreline was somewhere around like 6 for Elements and 9 for the team known as Kingpins. But at the end, in the second half, it was the Kingpins as a counter terrorist, which actually controlled a lot of fights in their favor, which is again very impressive. But Bhavi, you actually surprised me a lot today.
Yes, as I told, Bobby is one of the hardworking ops that we have currently in the country and an upcoming underdog player. But well job, I mean, good job, well done by Kingpins. As I had a lot of expectations from them, and today I got to see them through such a close score. Team Elements almost making a comeback against them, and Team Elements have also given out their best, but somewhere they lost the momentum. It was very hard for them to respond back to strategies that Kingpins were setting off, and Kingpins as a team has been playing together for quite some time now. So there you go. I mean, a well-deserved game for Kingpins, definitely. Let's quickly jump to the highlights and have a look what happened throughout the map of Nuke. I mean, Nuke is a map that doesn't fail to surprise all the teams, where Elements started off with a great pistol round, but Kingpins immediately answered them back by taking the second round away. And now this is where Kingpins started building their economy by winning that eco round. And I think Kingpins won enormous eco rounds against Elements. That's what put them in the victory place.
Yeah, I mean that was absolutely impressive. Initially, if you talk about Kingpins, they had a lot of control for, I guess, maybe first 6 or 7 rounds, but then slowly but surely, Elements started off uh, by gradually picking up the pace and eventually changing the tide of the game. Look at this. The flank angles coming from Cyclone's perspective, Dice Dealer's perspective was absolutely impressive. But the thing is, whenever you're trying to flank, there is not a lot of room in Nuke. So obviously, you are going to become a bit more predictable, and that's exactly what happened in the latest stages of the game. We will see in the highlights as well. And in the latest stages of the game, Dice Dealer and both Barbie and Cyclone, every single guy from Kingpin's perspective were getting predictable. On the hindsight, if we're talking about Elements, they were not getting predictable. The thing is, they were trying to come up with a stacking formation. Every single guy was trying to push forward with each other, and that actually helped them a lot. Even if you trade one, another one is going to pick you out, and that is exactly what was helping them out. Still, Kingpins was able to have that upper hand in the particular fight, which is again quite impressive from experienced team like that. On the hindsight, Elements did impress us a lot, but the thing is, it's a single elimination type of form factor. So yeah, they have to go home. They have to bid farewell to this Alienware presence TEC Arena Connect Coimbatore. But then again, I believe a lot of experience would have been gained from this particular PY. Yes, these are the few angles, these are the few matches that you are going to see on the highlights where I really thought that Bhavi could have gained the momentum, but unfortunately, Bhavi was unable to secure those picks. Like, whenever 1v1 was coming in, that Mexican standoff was not in the favor of Bhavi. Somehow or the other, Bhavi was getting traded off, so it was quite surprising for me in that particular POI. But yeah, other than that, everything was looking quite calm and comfortable and quite calculated for both of these teams. Nobody was in a hasty fashion. If you see, every single round was going past the 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds marker, and eventually just 20, 30, 50 seconds were left, and eventually at that point the bomb was planted, and we did saw a lot of like late plays in the bomb defusal as well.
Yeah, late refusal, but I guess they got it on track. Team Elements. I think a lot of factors were there, were in their advantage when they initially started off, especially when they started making that comeback later in the second half against Kingpins. They've got more than 4 rounds in the second half. But most importantly, I think Elements lacked the push altogether. It was either them pushing all five together, or one after the other walking into the crosses of Kingpins. So maybe if they played more of a split game, maybe if they concentrated, you know, the map in other areas rather than out this side, I think they could have had a huge advantage. Wow. Oh, looks like we just had a highlight of Cyclone knifing one of the players. Again, second knife of the series dice in online qualifiers. Yesterday also we've seen one kill. Now, this was where KP started to take down the advantage, take away the momentum from Elements. 9-9 was the scoreline. They eventually made it to 9-10, and quickly they've run past 2 rounds. All Kingpins did was patiently wait for Elements to walk into the bomb site, and this is what makes Kingpins a better team than Team Elements. Team Elements previously, when they were in the CT side, they out for pushes, they went out for those risky picks, and unfortunately they didn't get much in their favor. But Kingpins, they made sure that none of their teammates leave the set. If you notice, you can watch a red area throughout the bomb sat itself. This explains how Kingpins has disciplined themselves to play within the bomb site strictly.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite fruitful for Kingpins, and the way they were performing in the latest season was also quite impressive. They had that confidence where they were pushing, where they were getting the advantage, and this was the final moment. You can clearly see how Dice Dealer was way too aggressive, and he knew that the last player was surviving, even though he didn't know the SP that he was surviving with, but he knew that he is high, he has got the manpower, and eventually he has got room to lose as well. So yes, the push was there. 16 to 10 is
Yeah.
going to be the scorecard in the nuke map, where Kingpins is definitely having the advantage at this point. If we're talking about Dice Dealer, he is becoming the MVP because of the 27 prize that he was able to attain, the 16 deaths that was there, 7 assists as well. Out of the all equation, I believe he's the second highest player with the highest assist in his favor, which is again quite impressive. Although on the high side, when it comes to ADR, that is again 116, and headshot percentage is also 48%, which is absolutely impressive for Benzene. Look at him, 70% to be
Yeah.
honest. That is huge.
As
On the
I
hindsight,
told.
if we talk about Imba, look at Imba's perspective. I mean, yeah, there is a lot of difference of kills. 16 for Imba, and on the other side, Benzene is securing 24 kills. But all those kills, this percentage for headshot is absolutely impressive for Imba as well. That is 81%. Again, a good thing to be honest. But at the end, yeah, Bhavi, I really expected a lot from him. But at the end, I guess Kingpins made their way to the quarterfinals. So we will see a lot of picks coming
Yep.
from quarterfinals. And maybe Bhavi is going to impress me at that point as well. But yeah, all in all, the competition was surreal. Now moving forward to the Alienware presents TEC Arena Connect. The MVP of the match in Qualifier 6 is going to be Kingpins Dicey with 27 amazing kills, 16 deaths, 7 assists, and the rating of 1.56, which is fairly low as compared to the previous few ratings of like 2 point plus, 2.0 plus. But yeah, at the end, it is quite good to see Dicey performing the way we ideally wanted him to. But at the end, yeah, I would love to see how far they're going to go in the quarterfinals as well.
Yeah. What matters is that Dice Stealer, along with his teammates, have managed to win this match against Elements. And we don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere because we still have 2 matches left for the day. We got TWP versus BDT and ABT versus CGP. And it's quite interesting to know the fact, oh, it's actually a forfeit coming in from
Mhm.
BDT, which puts TWP by a default win, and that means we are going to move for the last game for the day, that is ABT versus CGP. It's going to be a quite interesting match because the team name of CGP, carton game players, I mean, if you know the joke, comment down in the comment, in the live chat if you guys get the joke. But coming back, this event is happening for the online qualifiers of CSGO in Coimbatore. This is good. At the end, the top 4 teams will get qualified to Coimbatore's event, which is happening on 18th June, 10 a.m. onwards at Brindavan Auditorium. If you didn't qualify for online qualifiers, no issues. If you didn't apply for online qualifiers, no issues, because we have quite a prize pool of 1,50,000 left for online experience as well. We've got CSGO 2v2, we've got FIFA 1v1, Road to Valor 1v1, Mortal Kombat 1v1. We've got 75,000 as prize pool for offline Road to Valor 1v1 tournament. So make sure you go ahead, register yourself in the QR code scanned below. You will get a free LAN ticket to Coimbatore. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are you waiting for? If you're around in Coimbatore, if you're around
Uh-huh.
in Tamil Nadu, sure you attend this event because there's going to be a lot of experience zones and you can get your hands-on experience on Alienware's newest and latest launches. But meanwhile, what a match it was, 16 to 10, and unfortunately we have skipped our third match due to a forfeit win to a
Yeah.
16-0. But moving down to the last match, quite some expectations from the team. But honestly, guys, a great game coming in from Kingpins, a worthy one enough to watch. But ladies and gentlemen, right now me and Rita are gonna take a short break. We'll meet you right back here for the final match.
know yet. No, I've realized, and I'm dying to tell you. You're blowing my mind. I don't know if you know yet. I've tried some time, and I'm dying to tell you. You're blowing my mind. I don't know if you know yet. No, I've realized. through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red light, I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red, fire. I could conquer the night if I can make it. If I try to draw the red. I could.
run through the fire. so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Baby, while we're young, young, oh, baby, while we're young, young, oh, baby, while we're young, 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 young. We can sleep under the stars or hang out in hotel bars. We can sleep under the stars, oh the stars, oh the stars. We can do what we like, like. We can do what we like, baby, while we're young, young, oh, baby, while we're young, young, oh, baby, while we're young, 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 baby, while we're young, young, oh, baby, while we're young, young, oh, baby, while we're young.
Well, after a short break, we are back again at TEC Arena Connect presented by Alienware. And I think we are off to a great start today. Two matches done and dusted quickly. And currently, we are moving forward for our last match, fourth. And to be honest, our all in qualifiers have been going really great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I believe the anticipation was absolutely amazing. But remember, guys, the prize pool is of total 3 lakh rupees, out of which I believe 1,50,000 is there for CSGO 5v5. But don't forget to actually go ahead and join the LAN event as well. The QR code is already given to you, which you can scan and eventually register yourself, maybe get the free pass as well. Yeah, the games that are going to be there on the LAN event are like CSGO 2v2, Road to Valor 1v1, FIFA 1-1, FIFA 1v1 to be precise, and also if I talk about Mortal Kombat, again, a 1v1 coming in along with the prize pool and stuff like that. If I talk about the experience zones, well, they are going to be there. You can check and get the hands-on experience on Alien products. And also, if I talk about racing simulators, meet and greet, everything is going to be there. But let's talk about the matches as well. Well, if I talk about the aggression today, it was absolutely amazing. But let's now move on to the quick recap. Random 5 was able to take down the first victory in their favor today with a massive buffer of 15 rounds in their favor. On the hindsight, Kingpins back out the second qualifiers for the day, and it was with a buffer of 6 rounds. Eventually, if I talk about TWP versus BDT, I believe at that point we do have a forfeit coming in from BDT's perspective, and that is why TWP is making it straight to the quarterfinals. Obviously, we didn't saw their, I guess, aggression, or should I say their competition, but eventually in the quarterfinals they will have a tough time beating all the other teams. So on the hindsight, if I talk about the final match, we have Aravat Esports and Cartoon Game
Yep.
players at this point. But let's move on to the map feature so that we can have a look at which map particularly we are going to decide
Wow.
OCS or should I say C Inferno. Finally, I was thinking like, what is happening today? There is no Infernos, but yeah, there we
Yes.
go. Inferno is going to come in for now.
It's not a day without Inferno popping up on our map pool screens, I guess. Well, last map and Inferno is going to really be a fun map for us to watch against. That is Aravat Esports versus Cartoon Game players. I can quite understand the irony of the name and the logo as well, but these two teams seem to be completely new to the scene. I'm quite unaware of the players. Well, we've got Shivi. Is he the Shivi? I'm thinking he is the old CSGO pro who's moved to other games. But if he is, then it's going to be definitely a hard fight for Alienware Sports. Well, starting off, Virus gets a great opening on towards Curator, putting CGP at a difficult situation. Antivirus, on the other hand, looks very confident. Assassinate down to 6 HP. A great start, I should say, for Avitara Esports. They've also got
Aravat
one
Esports.
kit as well.
Mhm. I mean, definitely they've got some good openings at this point. If we talk about Forza, look at that beautiful shot. It was Zin who has been taken down. It's a metal also getting picked up by Assassinate. Now moving forward, we do have Shivi, the one pro player at this point. Oh, was able to take a beautiful retaliation with the Glock. Eventually, will he be able to do a 1v2? Unfortunately, not, because Sinister from Aravat Esports is finally bouncing back once again. As the synonymous says, Aravat means elephant, and definitely these guys from Aravat Esports are looking like elephant. They're crushing down every single hope from CG players. But the thing is, the match has just started. This is just the first round which has been out of the equation. So I believe in the next 29 rounds, maybe things are going to be a bit more critical for CG players as well. Obviously, this is Aravat Esports starting it off with the city side advantage. They can easily be a bit more chaotic in this particular PY, but pretty soon things will change. Once again, a very slow, passive start was coming in, but finally, once again from the mid, there is going to be a complete push coming in from the guys of CGP, and they're trying to push forward at the same angle where maybe they're going to face off against players like Shippy and Punk. I would love to see how that actually goes on. Well, there we go. Oh, two players in the mid air has been caught, but unfortunately a trade comes in by this after taking two good players is now being traded off. Forza on the other corner also gets picked off. It's a 3v3 scenario where every single guy is trying to come up with a flank. We talk about P4, that is Assassinate, is trying to come up with a 1v2, was able to take one down. The more threat was being utilized, and that was a good frag lead. It might actually find the opening, and yes, it is indeed a very fruitful round for the team known as Aravat Esports.
Yeah. Well, a great start of Qualifiers Esports, and looks like they're gonna keep continuing unless CGP is gonna, completely make a different storyline for Avatar Esports. Well, a great start for them 2-0, and the football round final. But there's one question I was quite, confused, that if, if in case Avatar Esports make it to third round, I'm quite not confident if CGP can move ahead and build their economy. I mean, if they lose this, they might have to go for an eco. At least their average looks like it's less than $50 right now.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely is going to make a large dent at this point, but Paris is definitely not going to let it go that easily. With the M4, he finds a ding on Punk Wow. But that we are left with just 4 players from CGP, that is starting with players. It's going to be a difficult one, but Metal finds his bullet on the head of Virus, and with that pick, obviously, the advantage now once again is diminishing. The thing is, from Banana, there's going to be a complete push coming in. Sinister is ready with the Formers in his hand. Forza on the hand side has been picked off. With that, the opening has to be demanded. I would love to see how that formation goes on. The thing is, the trouble is starting. Well, there we go. A 1v2 indeed. Antivirus finds 2 from Aravat Esports. That was a very big commitment coming to the play, and indeed it was quite fruitful. Once again, the bomb has been picked. Maybe the player is going to back out, but is it going to be easy? Well, not at all. Player 6, should I say, Metal is going to be the only guy who is holding his gun, waiting for the right opportunity, but I guess saving is going to be the right call. He should not push forward, but maybe the call is different for him. He's trying to push forward, he's trying to get the opportunity. Maybe Assassinate is going to actually assassinate him. The thing is, his pixel is going to get visible pretty soon. And yeah, that's exactly what happens.
There you
Assassinate
go.
finally gets Metal with that 3-0. And yes, as you said, Elika, the dent to the economy is for sure going to be there.
Yep, an unfortunate start. Looks like it's pretty much a caster curse. Even though it was a full round for CGP, unfortunately they had to lose against Evitera Esports. And looks like Evitera Esports, they are off to a very bold start. And I'm pretty sure they're going to continue. If they keep continuing with this pace, they can easily win out the map in a one-sided game. But CGP, I have a strong feeling that they will make a comeback, at least a
What?
calculated play. But two, I think I spoke too soon because Sinister just punished CGP with a grenade. It's pretty much a semi-bite round with two Mac 10s and a couple of upgraded pistols, one 50 and one deagle in the hands. I'm not expecting much from CGP, but at least all four of them together can maybe take one or two kills against Avatar Esports. At least that will do some damage to AVT.
Yeah, I mean that can actually happen Aravat Esports, the way they are rotating. I mean, there is going to be a backstab pretty soon. The thing is, I love the play from Aravat Esports that they are not trying to overcome it. There is one guy like Sinister is the one which is trying to just completely flank out and maybe put a pressurizing scenario onto the players. But the other problem is Antivirus and Forza. These are the only two players which are still surviving on the banana side, and on the P side of the Dune. Pretty close to the point. But he's going to find one. He's going to pick one down. At the same instant, there is going to be a trade. Antivirus finds two with the beautiful log A3, and the advantage once again is looking in the hands of team known as Aravat Esports. There's nothing that they could do. I'm talking about CG players. They tried their level best. They anticipated a lot of attack. They actually were trying to create some kind of reception at that point that maybe CG players will still hold the banana, and eventually Aravat Esports will rotate back to A side, thinking that maybe CG players is also rotating to the A side. But no,
Yep.
that didn't happen. There was antivirus, there was Forza already waiting for it. Although Forza was unable to get a lot of output of that particular round, but eventually that one pick confirms that there were players coming from the particular equation, and that is why with the OG 3 and the other player Antivirus was able to get that 1v3. It was huge. Then again, that's the output that we usually expect. Once again, a similar approach is coming in where in the banana, multiple utils were being scored, the flashbangs were there, the smokes were coming in, the nades were coming in, but still not enough output to be honest. Pretty close to the boiler. There is Assassinate who is waiting for the right moment to strike on. Virus is also waiting for Metal and some other players to push forward as well from CGP's perspective. Yes, there is going to be a push. Goes to spray down, but unfortunately was unable to become fruitful because Metal was able to wall bang him out of the equation. Now, Virus has been taken down. But what about the other guys? Oh, yeah. Look at that trade. Antivirus, Sinister, and Forza are the three members surviving. I spoke too soon because now Forza is also out of equation. Sinister and Antivirus are going to be the last two players surviving. It's a 2v4 scenario. This might be the round where CGP is going to find themselves comfortable, but yes, it is still too early to say because the bomb is yet to be planted. They're trying to find an angle from which they can easily go ahead and plant the bomb and also safeguard it, and they've got that angle. Antivirus is completely going towards the B side to just, I believe, save his org. And on the high side, Play 2 is also trying to do the same. Sinister is the one which has got just 3 frags in his favor. Off to a very good start, to be precise, from Aravat Esports, but yes, they have to go far in order to just back out the quarterfinals in their favor.
Yeah. There's no time left for Avatar Esports to go ahead and make the defuse now. I mean, it's a good call. It's a 2v4 situation. Not much they can do rather than save the weapons and, just maybe focus on exit kills. It's quite good positioning. Also, one over towards outside, outside towards the CT. And we've got one player holding off with the banana. And I really like how CGP was also very calculated. They didn't want to go ahead, hunt down the last two players, and maybe lose some bodies. So that's a smart play coming in from them. Finally, CG players make a round to their name. Well, Arvata Esports, it's just one round for them. Not a big deal. They already have quite some in their hand, and it absolutely does no damage to their economy. So they can go for a full buy again, antivirus with an AUG. And I'm so happy to see AUG after a long time because usually it's either M4 or no, but AUG is one of the most powerful guns. I mean, personally, I always prefer an AUG when I'm in CT side, and I think that's one of the advantages that AVT is having right now. And looks like it's going to be a banana push. The bomb is at banana. Well, a good call that they fell back on a great hold by AVT over towards Banana with that aggression. Quite some damage, but Curator and JN are very, very calculated. And there you go. Curator opens up the round, opens up the entry frag on towards Sinister over towards Banana. Looks like it's going to be a B hit, but the bomb is headed over towards the A bomb side. Forza spots one of the players out. He's gonna still go for the peak over towards him. It takes one over towards the archers. An immediate trade coming in from Metal. Assassinate and Virus have shut down two players of CGP, leaving it to the last two players, Curator and JN, all by themselves. Looks like they've made their way over to a B bomb set, but they have no idea that antivirus is sitting in the boxes. He gets 1 kill on towards Curator, and it's the last player standing. Jane with a no scope and a headshot
Oh,
on towards Antivirus. His position has been revealed away. He's planting down the bomb, and he goes for a quick peek. Virus will shut him down over there. That was such a close round for CGP. Could have been in their favor if they didn't, chose to push mid and A. But AVT Esports, a nice way to, hold the situation. I like how antivirus was, holding down to the bomb side rather than going
mhm.
in for a very early rotation to A.
Yeah, I was starting to doubt that play, but eventually, when I saw that the other players from CG players was also trying to rotate from the banana to the B bomb side, then eventually that decision from Aravat Esports versus antivirus was absolutely amazing. So it was quite impressive. I mean, they're holding to their guns, they're holding to their sides. Eventually, it can actually backfire as well in later stages, but eventually, for now, it is looking quite fruitful. Okay, there is going to be a very beautiful shot from Forza's perspective. Forza was not that fruitful in the previous 4 or 5 rounds to be precise, but finally he's getting some good picks. That is absolutely impressive as well. Has got 4 finishes in his perspective. Sinister on the hand side is also unable to get a lot of output, so he's also looking forward to have that advantage in his favor. After losing Curator, definitely the pressure falls on Metal at this point because Metal is another guy who is doing the heavy lifting for this particular team known as Cartoon Game Players, which is actually looking good. But Metal this time is going not amazing to see how he's going to fight back with that kind of push that will be coming in. And he spots a player, was able to backstab the Shivi. And with that, I believe Metal and the other guy is obviously going to get the information the lead. But no, Metal is going to completely rotate. He's going to take a 1v1, a heads-on fight into the perspective. And with that, it's a 4v3 type of scenario coming in where Sinister and his teammates, I mean, Aravat Esports is looking a bit more comfortable when we compare them to CGP. Because the thing is, Metal is already off to a very bad start. His SP is not looking good. Although he was able to take down one good player, but right now, the job has to be amplified. He has to pick more and more players. Jane, on the other corner, is going to pick up the op, so he might just have the advantage of opping down 1 or 2 players at this point. But yes, a very slow passive approach coming in. 20 more seconds to go. That means they have to push forward. Not a lot of time period is there as a buffer. Pretty soon there is going to be an enactment, and there we go. 2 good players have been taken, and it's finally done. Once again, 6-1. A very good situation control coming from Aravat Esports and CGP. Yes, just struggling although they are trying to calculate, although they're trying to rotate bit late, but still they are getting picked off like a bunch of paths.
Yeah. Well, that's AVT Sports for you. That what AUG does for you. AUG, but AUG put in the right hand, put in the right hand of a player. I think it can be a beast of a weapon, and that's what antivirus is doing right now. Currently at top of the leaderboard with 8 kills and just 1 death. Can you see the KDR right now? All it's it's beyond what I can explain, but that's what AUG does to your aim. It controls, it's an easy recall, you know where to aim. With that scope, it's just easier for you to concentrate on the enemy. Virus gets an entry and looks like Metal is definitely gonna answer back. CGP
But
Forza with that op is trying to make a difference. An amazing shot. He's gonna put the smoke and try to hold players off, but too late with the grenade damage and Shivi's backup coming in from Virus, pushing over towards the arches. Unfortunately, gets taken down by Curator.
I
There
mean,
you go. That's a complete shutdown on towards AVT from CGP.
yeah, finally they've got the gist of this particular matchup and they were able to completely shut down. And this time the best part was like Aravat Esports was pretty much in a pickle because CGP decided that they're going to completely push down the A side, and that's the best part. That is the best decision that they have made in the previous few rounds. To be honest, the way they were compensating the fights on both the fronts, like a few of those players were trying to rotate to B side, and then eventually few others were fighting on the A side, which was obviously bifurcating their kind of aggression. But now again, a pushy start is going to come in pretty close to the boilers. You can clearly see that Virus is going to come up with a stack along with his own teammate. I would have to see how that is going to result because it can either backfire or it can be absolutely fruitful. But yeah, the fruitfulness of this fight is going to be there. Once again, the starving situation is coming in, and we are left with just one player. Oh, 2 players to be precise. That's Shivi and Pangpao. Unfortunately, once again, the picks are coming in. 2v3 is going to be the scenario that we are talking about. Forza is once again trying to push forward. He spots the player. He's not going to overcome it because he knows the other guy is already having the AKs and stuff like that. Has got the utils as well. On the other corner, if I about Forza, just a pistol in the hand. But he still is able to receive a lot of damage and also give a lot of amazing pick at this point. But now, once again, a flashbang goes in. Is it enough? Not at all. Shibi finds another one. He's about to take down the last player as well. The aim was precise, but still at the end, it is going to be the control from Aravat Esports, which is going to move them up a ladder. And eventually, the buffer is off. 5 amazing rounds at this point, Aravat Esports. Yes, they are struggling in few rounds, but the major share of the control is still in the hands of Aravat.
Yeah. It's just not about, making the comeback. It's also pretty much about making your teams, making your team be confident on that comeback. So you've got one round, great, but you should be able to do the same the next round and again until you win the game. So tiny mistakes can often lead up to, huge, drastic changes, and that's what CGPs are able to handle right now. They're getting rounds, but very inconsistently. But whenever they're getting rounds, they're making sure it's a flawless round, and that's what I love the most about CGP. That they have to make sure they're consistently performing rather than once in a blue moon rounds. AVT on the other hand, they're losing pretty obvious rounds, but they have the firepower to capable enough to hold the entire team together. Now that they've even picked up an op in the hands of Forza, it's going to be fun to watch AVT. It's looking like it's going to be an A push coming in from CGP. The bomb is over towards Palace, and there's one player farming outside B at Banana. Maybe he is just looking for intel, and as soon as there's an intel that there are very less players over towards B bomb side, I think the call will be given, and there you go. I think the rotation has been called in from the terrorist side. A CT smoke has been created, and one smoke over towards construction. The player in the dark has been taken down. I think the bomb will be getting planted down shortly. With 25 seconds left on the clock, the bomb is planted down, and it's time for retake. It's a 2v4 retake, closely an impossible one, but I think ABT can do it. But it's better if they go for a save. They have nothing to lose right now. They're anyway on the lead. Ouch! Curator is definitely gonna answer back Forza and is not gonna let Forza save that off. And I doubt if Assassinate is gonna save his M4 because there's a push coming in from Arches, and if Assassinate plans on stepping out, not really a great idea. There you go, Punko spots him out, takes him down.
Oh yeah, the comeback from CG players is coming in. That's absolutely impressive as well. Punk Pao is again one of those players which is helping his team a lot. I mean, getting the frags at the right time period is actually quite crucial. Despite of not being the top fragger of the team, I guess Punk Pao is one of those players, along with Shivi as well, which is getting the frags at the right time period. On the hindsight, we have Metal and Curator trying to be a bit more aggressive, and these are the players which are initiating a lot of attack and also getting his job done in the later stages as well. Once again, there is going to be a complete stacking up scenario, maybe possibly at the fountain side, that is going to be the P side. But look at Assassinate, he's getting dropped by that hop from Jane's perspective, and which was not expected, to be honest. Like this kind of approach coming in. Once again, an unfortunate push for Forza. He was way too open-ended. Pankor, despite of being flashed, he was able to take down antivirus, and with that, obviously the B side, the fountain side, is going to be a bit more open-ended. He's going to pick one down. He's going to pick another one down, I believe.
Wow.
How far will he be able to go? But eventually, yes, Sinistra has been traded off. Virus now becomes the last one with just the pistol in his hand. I believe it is going to be a 7-4 pretty soon. Oh, that
my
was interesting.
God.
That was absolutely amazing.
What did I
But
just
still,
see?
the job is done.
That P2000 Beast performance. What was CGP doing anyway? I mean, they had rifles, man. They had an op, they had an AK. How could not one single bullet did not connect to Virus? He was just all over the map with just one pistol in his hand. P2000. And it's not even Deagle like how it usually used to be. I mean a stereotype when it comes to pistol taking over full by rounds. I expect it to be Deagle. And look at antivirus again, an eco round for them. P2000 is acting like a beast over here, but unfortunately the shoulder has been revealed. So he goes down in the drain. No issue. Sinister is here for the rescue with Deagle in his hand. No one's checking the boxes. And that's a beautiful one. Deagle is looking for more. But first he has to pick up the weapon. He smokes the dog. Jane comes. He takes Sinister down with the Glock in his hand. A 3v3 situation. And the P2000 again coming in for the rescue and all up in the hands. Oh my god, I've never seen P2000 as beautiful as today. And there you go. Virus making it happen into a 1v1 situation. It was a complete hard eco round for CGP, and yet, I mean, for AVT, and they still made to make most damage for the terrorist team. I mean, good that CGP got the plant, or else they should have, gone for an eco.
Yeah, I mean, getting that advantage was not easy, but at the end, they definitely have the advantage, and it seems like that CG players have found that firm grasp at this point. And the thing is, like, Aravat Esports should stop CG player at this point because they have the CG side advantage, and if they are unable to do that, if the situation will come up like 8 to 7 for CGP, then eventually they will have a very strong control and maybe just completely bag out the later stages in the second half and come up with a victorious fight and maybe secure the ticket to the quarterfinals. But I believe in this particular round, things might change because both of the teams are now getting good with the guns. Antivirus is there with the M4, same goes for Sinister, but Forza on the other corner is also having an M4. Pretty much an M4 buy coming in from every single guy from the other team, like known as Aravat Esports, but some more flashes are coming in. Flashbangs to be precise, but is it enough? Is it enough to put down the players? From Broiler, we have two players coming in, and also from the other alley. It's going to be a difficult one, but that nade could actually cost a lot of HP. Let's see how far it is going to put down Jane's crit. It was enough, but not that enough. Oh, another player stunned, and okay, sorry, flash to be precise, but then the damage has been done. The output of this particular fight is already given. It's a 3v3. So I guess retaliation is obviously coming in, but now the players are trying to rotate back to the fountain, back to the B side. But let's see, will Sinister be able to completely shut down this kind of rotation? I really hope that he will be able to do that because look at him. He's trying to anticipate the attack. He's trying to be a bit more precise with the aim. Finds one. Will he be able to do that again? That's a big question. Some more smoke, some more flashbangs are being utilized at this point, I believe. And yes, the flashbang comes in. Will not be able to stun anybody and eventually gets traded off as well. Jane on the other corner also gets taken down from the back end. I believe it was antivirus. I mean, he's losing the AUG and he's trying to fight back with the M4 and he's actually being a bit more fruitful at this point. But it's a 1v2 type of situation. It's a V flank coming in. Shivi won't be able to do it that easily. Yeah, we still have hope in him. And he's trying to plant the bomb, but before that happens, he's obviously going to get shot. There is a player coming in the close quarter. Finds one. Will he be able to take down another one? No, that's not it. It is Antivirus and Assassinate whose team effort is going to get this round in the favor of team Aravat Esports. And finally, we do have a comeback coming in from Aravat Esports. They are like, we want to have the major control, major share of control in this particular matchup because two more rounds after this win are left in the first half. And if they don't have the control as a city side team, I really believe that they are going to struggle a lot when they become the terrorists.
Yeah. Well, not unless if they pick up every round. I mean, not unless if they close the first half in 9-6. It's not going to be that difficult for them in B side. But CGP, they're gonna have a cakewalk in CT if they get like 1-2 rounds more. If like hypothetically speaking, if the score goes 8-7, CGP has a good chance to make that comeback very easily in the CT side. Well, considering that Inferno is slightly CT sided. And what is Assassinate doing? I think he just walked through the smoke and unfortunately got spotted. CGP punished both of those players, leaving it to a 3v4 situation. And Forza, oh my god, that max 7 shot. Ouch. Shotguns can be heavy shots sometimes. It's not like you're spraying on them, it's just one shot and they're gone. Poof. GN takes Antivirus down, and Forza again responds to Shivi with a max 7. Unfortunately, gets taken down in a 1v3 situation. We have Sinister at the hand. He has an M4, but Punkwao, he has an AK and a better positioning compared to Sinister. So there you go. CG players take the 6th round on board in Aravat Esports. They currently don't seem like they have the odds in their hands, but they have the lead. That's the least that they can, keep maintaining on. They can either end the first half with 9-6, or I'm pretty sure that CGP is gonna take it to 8-7.
Yeah, I mean, the way CGP is performing, it can actually happen. I'm totally agreeing with your point, Malika. But the thing is, Sinister is ready with the teak. Will he be able to take 1 or 2 players down? He was close enough, but eventually, finally, he does. Now he's got the AKM in the hands. He might be able to be a bit more fruitful out of it. The more units are being thrown here and there, the volleys are coming to the play, but he was able to take down 3 good players. Now Sinister is actually losing the track at this point. He's just being a rampage machine at this point because he's picking up the player. He's just getting every single pick that is possible from his corner. Now Metal and both Punk Power are still left because remember guys, Metal 13 frags from his corner, Punk Power 9. Both of these guys are renowned to be one of those players which can easily change the tide of this game in their favor. Still, it's our 2v4. I would have to say that it's going to be a tough one, but the thing is the bomb has already been dropped pretty close to where Sinister and his teammates are lurking. So it is going to be very hard for the guys to actually push forward. And also, it is the last final round of the first half. So obviously, both of them are trying their level best to come up with good points in their favor. But still, Sinister and his teammates are not letting it go that easily. Completely, Antivirus is pretty much boosted up beyond that box, and he's waiting for the right moment whenever the player is going to peek in. There are some smokes, there are some utils already been thrown. That is why they are not willing to push that much. 35 seconds are more there. Once again, the volley comes in and due to that boost, obviously, the other guy is going to get the advantage out of it. But Sinister finds another one, and also Metal gets picked off. Is that an ace from Sinister's
Yep.
perspective? It is. Wow.
Yes, Sinister aced the round and managed to get an ace, and currently standing on top of the leaderboard with 16 kills on his hands. And there you go, 6-9 is the scoreline with Aravata on the lead, and we've got CJ with 6 rounds in their favor. Well, the sides have been swapped. Aravata currently on the T side, and we've got CG players on the CT, and looks like things are about to change. It can either be CG star a chance to make a comeback happen, or Eravata can take it all over in their hands. You know, they've done it once and they pretty much might do it again, but I would still say that 9-6 is a good score. 6 rounds in Terrasat is still good for CG players.
Yeah, the second half is going to get started pretty soon. In just 10 seconds, we'll get to see how Aravat Esports is going to be when they become the terrorists. And on the hindsight, CG Esports, CG players to be precise, how they're going to perform, how they're going to come up with the angles and the crossfires being set at this point. I would love to see how that anticipation goes on. Now, Antivirus and his teammates are going to push forward to the banana, I believe, and the bomb is already there with the player one that is going to be Antivirus. He might actually drop it. No, he's picking it up. He's trying to be a bit more chaotic with that. And obviously, an aggressive stance is also coming in from the other corner because this is just the first round of the second half. So I guess maybe CGP is trying to just press the buttons and eventually see that which particular angle is being utilized and maybe get a predictability type of scenario coming in their favor. But Assassinate pretty close to the boilers along with antivirus as well. But this is going to be a tough one for Jane and the other guys to just compensate with. But yeah, a triple stack is coming in on the A side, so it might just actually save the day for them. And finally, player zero, should I say, Punkwa is also trying to rotate on the same angle. But now the ring shots are not being that fruitful. Yes, the damage is coming in, but fortunately, Forza, Sinister, and Assassinate along with Antivirus has been picked off, and that's done. In a span of just 5 to 10 seconds after the push comes in, it is done and dusted. Aravat Esports loses their first pistol round in the second half, and that's again not so good for the team.
Yes, not so good for the team, but a complete shutdown against Aravat Esports. I mean, I was expecting a little, a little aggression, but looks like T side is off to not a very good start for them. Well, CGP on the other hand making everything, you know, to make sure. Oh, that's the wrong grenade, by the way. Yeah, CGP is trying all they can in order to stop Aviata Esports from taking any more rounds. Shivi off to a great opening on towards antivirus. Another one comes on the way, and the third kill. He's pretty much looking for ace right now. Can he get the ace? One player is over towards the gutter. He gets spotted out, and Curator will take him down. Shivi definitely gives out that assist, but unfortunately not the ace. But a great quad kill coming in for him. CG players, just like that, they make it happen. Just one round away to equalize the score with Eravata Esports. 8-9 is the score, and it's a full by round for Eravata. So this round is pretty much gonna tell us what is the economic situation for AVT from the next round. I mean, AVT has to capitalize on the fact that they have a full buy round and CGP is getting really closer to them. So if AVT is the first team to make it to double digit, they might
Oh,
have a good chance. And there you go, CGP is absolutely denying AVT over here. Forza somehow managed to get that back over towards Metal on his second one, but Curator is going to immediately trade him off, and so does Forza. A 3v3 from both the teams. The situation is hard to tell that which of these teams might be able to pull off the rounds, but according to the position, two players from Banana pushing, and that's the
wow.
bomb in the spawn. Forza is down to 63 HP, so he'll further. I don't think he's gonna take a risk, so he's just gonna rotate from second mid. But look at the play coming in from CT. He is spotted, played out in the palace, but
Nice.
Shivi gets distracted for a second, and there you go, he gets taken down, and finally, AVT Esports, they make it happen. First round and second half.
I mean, once again, the comeback is coming in, which is again quite a sweet spot to hit. But moving forward, if we talk about Aravat Esports, yes, they do have the buffer of 2 rounds, but eventually, guys, remember it's not that much. And also, they're moving forward to the later stages of the round. I believe they're already at 19th round, so things are looking a bit more critical for both of these teams because both of the teams have now got an idea from which angle the player might push in and how they can actually stop them. So yes, look at that. A predictability scenario is able to take huge chunk of the HP. Oh, Sinister gets down. But that Molly, I was not expecting with that incendiary grenade, the player is going to get picked up, but that's exactly what happened. Now, Sinister has been taken down. Antivirus, Forza, Assassinate, along with Virus are the 4 players which are still surviving. What was that? Anyway, I guess we still have to wait and see how Forza is going to perform with that. Initially, Forza has got
Mm-hmm.
the AK in his hand, and all the other players are also trying to push forward. Bumpo, with just 5% of his SP is also looking on a very bit shaky corner. But the thing is, he can survive. He can come up with a ding shot that would be more than enough for his survival. At the same time, we have Forza trying to come up with a molly that could have actually anticipated the attacking formation, but still, there's a survival coming in. But look at this guy, known as Chain, if I'm not wrong. Pretty close on the left alley. He might be able to get the advantage out of it. Yes, the peak is going to come in, and eventually Jane and Curator, both of them comes up with the team effort and finally bags out Forza with that. It's a 3v5 type of scenario where obviously the pressure is still in the hands of Aravat Esports because the bomb has yet to be planted, and also they have to shut down at least 2 or 3 players so that they can equalize the stand at this point.
Yep.
But it won't be that easy for sure. Player 5 is trying to push forward, that is Virus is trying to make his way from the alley to actually have the control out of it, but I don't think so. It's going to be that easy. From long haul, he goes towards the balcony. Will he be able to get it out in his favor? That's a big question. I believe pretty soon this partition is going to be there. Like, look at Virus and both the other guy, Shibi. Both of them are in a 1v1 wrestle,
Yeah.
but finally, Antivirus finds one. Unfortunate enough, he was able to make a move onto the player, but unfortunate enough, he has been taken out. Same good as the Virus, and with that, Curator now becomes one of those players which is actually going to get the advantage. But at the end, it's Assassinate, who is going to move on to the this is going to be a close one. He moves on to the B
Ooh.
side, was about to just completely
Ish.
plant the bomb, but unfortunately, Metal made his way and shuts him down.
Yep, that was a nice round. That was a nice way of CGP holding the bomb sites. I mean, look at the sneaky plays coming in from CGP. I think they're, off to a great start at the CT compared to the T side. They had, I mean, a very okayish run of the game, 6-9, and now they've been able to, be consistent at CT. There you go. Already an opening tag. Oh, look at Shivi
What?
Curator. Oh my god. What just happened? It's a complete bloodbath in chaos. And there you go. The last player gets taken down. I think this was again one of the fastest rounds I've seen in span of I think
Yeah,
like 5-10 seconds. The entire round was shut by CG players. Now these are the type of games that I was hoping to watch, and exactly I thought Shivi was not off to a great start. 6-9 CG players were holding back off, but look at them royally coming back against ABT.
yeah. Give them time and they will bounce back. That's exactly, I believe, what cartoon game players are trying to come up with. Now, some more stuns, some more utils, some more flashbangs are going to get utilized. But let's see how far that is going to help them. Metal once again gets picked up by Forza side. But that opening, I believe, at this point, maybe there's going to be a stand where Aravat Esports will be able to bounce back. But once again, Forza gets traded off, but there is a retaliation. Violence finds Chivi. Oh, that's a tough one for now. Curator, Jane, and Funkball. These are 3 players which are still surviving. Another pick coming in from Funkball's perspective. You might actually get 2. Yes, exactly. That's what he's going to get. Sinister and Assassinate, both of them are still surviving. And Sinister gets picked up. Assassinate. Oh, man. He's also going to get taken down. I believe Funkball in this round was very close to getting his ace because he was able to take down 4 good players of the team Aravat Esports. And the way they are coming back, the way they are bouncing back in this formation is absolutely lovely. Look at them. Like, from somewhere around 8 to 6 or 9 to 6 if I'm not wrong, they have bounced back to 10 to 11. So back to back, huge amount of rounds are in the favor of CGP, and Aravat Esports on the other corner are stuck in now. Like, they are unable to decipher from which angle they should push forward, because remember, well, they decided to completely push forward from the banana side. They had multiple nades, and due to which Virus was taken down. On the hindsight, Assassinate,
Mm-hmm.
Forza, and both Sinister were very low on their HP. So that is the kind of pick that is coming in. Once again, Antivirus not just had a wall bang, also a ring shot came in into his head. Assassinate on the other corner is going to take another one. That is going to be Shivi. Metal finds Forza, but that Jane also finds Assassinate. The trade is coming in. Aravat Esports is again fumbling down because
Yeah.
this could be a 12-10, pretty close to that.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for a power performance, if you're looking for a beast performance, then go ahead check out the latest products of Alienware. Do visit their store and do visit their online website. All the links are given in the description, with a quad cooler and of course a 16-inch sleek screen, 48 GPU and 13 Gen Intel processors. But coming back to game, Deagles are making their way through the game. A beautiful shot by Sinister, but he's down to a 1v2 situation. But in AK, there's hope left, but Punkpo will not let that happen. What just happened? CGP all the way from 6-9 to 12-10. Now this is one of the sickest comeback that I've seen so far, and looks like CG players is having fun while they do it. I don't see much pressure coming in from them. They know how to play under the pressure. I mean, it looks like it's an easy deal for them. The way they came back against ABT, 6 rounds, man, from 6-9 to 10-12, 6 rounds back to back is definitely a huge scoreline.
Oh yeah, definitely. Once again, the similar approach is coming in where Metal is going to find one, and that is Antivirus, who receives a ding shot from the other PYs. And I really believe once again the trade fire is going to come in. Yes, there were some mollies being utilized, there are some flashbangs also being utilized at this point. The smoke is going to douse the fire, but still the damage comes in. Metal is actually getting picked up. And a Punk Wow has been traded off. That means they do have a chance. I'm talking about Aravat Esports. They do have a chance at this point to just go ahead and approach the A bomb side, but that won't be easy to be honest, because pretty close to that there is going to be a player waiting on the patio or maybe on the long haul as well. You can clearly see beyond the balcony the player was waiting, and that's exactly why he's going to get the output. His Shivi is going to take down the virus. Usually it's Metal who
There
actually
you
does
go.
that, but eventually it's Shivi getting the job done. Going forward to Sinister and Assassinate are going to be the two players surviving. What was that? Sinister comes up with a 1v2, which actually I was not
Ouch.
at all expecting. But then again, Chigen comes up with a backstab. Sinister just had his momentum, just had this glory time, but eventually he has been traded off once again. And now, if we talk about the last man standing, that is going to be Assassinate. He's trying to flank back from the boiler, trying to get an idea from which he can just bounce back. Has got the bomb as well. Maybe he's going to get the opportunity of planting the bomb on the A side, because yeah, I guess player 9 is already waiting in the pit. He's trying to figure out where the player might be actually bouncing in from, and being in pit obviously obstruct your vision from the graveyard, and maybe there is a possibility that he's going to just go ahead and get the plant done. That's exactly what he's trying to do. But he's in an open spot. Player is going to spot him, I believe, at this point. Assassinate might not survive. Pretty
I
close
don't
to the
think
pit,
so.
where
Wait,
already a player is lurking.
where?
What was
Oh my
that? Okay,
god!
finally is done.
Wait, how come Assassin went check that position, still didn't find Shivi? Shivi was so sneaky. He just, I like how patient Shivi was. He waited till Assassinate walked to the bomb site. Look at who peeks like that. Well, that was unfortunate. Assassinate will remember this for the rest of his life.
Probably, yeah. I mean, that small mistake cost them a big round, to be honest. I mean, there was still a possibility that the other guy, pro player, might actually have backed out the round, but still, it was a close one. Going forward, we are at the 24th round, and it seems like that. And Aravat Esports, there's like antivirus. Everybody's trying to push forward, everybody's trying to commit, and at this point, their whole commitment is coming in on the A side. Yes, there was a loss of a player on the B side as well. Well, that's Forza who has been put off. Let's see how the trade will be coming in. It's a 1v2 from Shivi's perspective. Oh, it
Oh
was a
my
1v2?
god.
Yes, it was a 1v2, but eventually the third guy also came in, and that is Antivirus, who was able to trade off Shivi, but still a long way to go. It's a 2v3 scenario. The bomb has to be planted, and the guy who has got the bomb is trying to approach from underpass to the car. Maybe he's trying to go ahead and get the opportunity of the B side. Obviously, in the B side, we do have a player pretty close to car or banana who is going to pick them up. So yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a very, very difficult fight for both Antivirus and Assassinate at this point. Although they do have the manpower, I mean, at the same angle, not like overall the manpower, but they have the same angle, and they're trying to fight back. But Jane, look at him, has got the comfortable POI of
Oh.
an op and was able to take down the guy with the bomb. That's Assassinate who has been picked off. Again, gets stunned, still not enough, and gets trashed. I mean, but Jane gets once again picked off. It's a 1v2 scenario. He can easily go ahead and plant the bomb. Should not actually repeat the mistake that, if I'm not wrong, was done against Metal. Because if you guys remember, while planting the bomb, Metal came in through the smoke and eventually was able to completely shut down the player. But finally, the bomb is going to get planted, and once again, Antivirus is ready to safeguard it. Will be able to take one down. Yeah, that's impressive. Well,
1v1. Oh,
oh,
there you go.
tried to rotate back, but he
Again.
lost it beyond the sandbags.
I mean, look at ABT stemming. Oh, there you go. That
Mhm.
banter coming in from Metal. He's so confident, man. But ABT was so close to be winning one round finally, but they've just been completely shut by CGP back to back from several rounds. And Shivi with that spray just
Yeah.
completely made it easy for CGP to move further ahead. And that's what exactly
Mhm.
happened. Jane, on the other hand, put a great performance by his top, but it was quite a close one. Antivirus down to a 1v1, but that's a good push coming in from Metal. 14 rounds for CG players in just one round away from that match point. And it's irony, their name cartoon game players and they're playing CS and they are actually good at it, not gonna lie. Winning against
Yeah.
ABT is going to be quite a difficult task. I mean, especially considering the fact that they made a very lengthy comeback all the way from 6-9 to ten
Mhm.
14. Now it's just one round for their judgment for match point and two rounds for their victory.
And that is why Aravat Esports did take their first tactical timeout so that they can just configure and maybe get the strategies right in their favor, and maybe they will be bouncing back with this particular round. Although I really doubt that, but the thing is, like Antivirus is trying to come up with some good strategies, but the A game from Cartoon Game Players is their aim. The way they are changing the angles and still getting the job done was absolutely impressive. Now, once again, the usual bombardment is going to come in, and the players are coming in trying to approach the banana side. It is going to be Forza, which is going to be the first pick, or maybe Virus is also trying to approach from the same angle. Incendiary is in the hand, finally putting up some smoke so that they can just create that obstruction, visual obstruction to be precise. It might not help them, but yeah, there we go. Another nade, which will actually take out some chunk of the HP. There is another molly coming to the play, but let's see how far they will be getting the help. Maybe there is a chance where everybody from the other team is also going to regroup. But look at that. Look at that. From the underpass, it is Shivi coming in. And he might be coming up with a backside. But once again, Shivi comes up with a passive gameplay. Look at him. The patience approach from this guy is absolutely lovely. He's going to take one down beyond the underpass. And he's going to pick another one. Wow, man. And
Wow.
this is for sure going to be a scenario where I believe the match point is going to come in for CGB. But the thing is, two players have been taken down once again. Aravat Esports have already planted the bomb, and with that bomb planting scenario, I guess the pressure now falls on the hands of CGP, where they're
Ah,
trying
there
their
you
level
go.
best. Curator finds assassinate, but has got the refusal kit or not? I have to look into it. Yes, the refusal kit is there, and the refusal will be coming in pretty soon. And yeah,
But
pretty
there you
close to
go,
actually shutting the player down, but still Curator finds it, defuses the bomb, and look at the anger. Before going out, Forza was able to take down Curator, but I guess at the end, match point is in the hand. Shivi, I was absolutely in
Yeah.
love with this kind of passive play. He had the visual cue, he had the idea that there was a player coming over the car and eventually close to the underpass, but he was just sitting and being very calm in the underpass, and at the end had the advantage to take down, I guess, at least two players at that point.
Yes. I mean, what was that round? It was a close one for Aravat Esports. And do you see there are opportunities coming to AVT Esports way, and they just they just somehow miss it. They just somehow miscalculate the game, or the last person standing. Only if that spray just lasted a second longer, maybe CGP would have actually lost the round and Eravata could have picked up. But there you go. A tactical timeout from CGP seems quite weird though. But I think it could be a tech pause as well. But they'll be pretty much going in for a full buy. And I don't have much to say about AVT right now. They were leading, and in the second half, their T side is just not good. It's not good at
Yeah.
all.
True. I mean, just one round in the favor in the T side. That's all they have got. Eventually, after I guess playing 10, 11 rounds to be precise, this is the 11th round that they're going to play. So in 10 rounds, they had the advantage of playing, or should I say, getting just one round. This is pretty much the similar story of qualifier number 5 that we did saw today. It was the first match for the day, which Kingpins was able to get there in the favor. I guess random 5, yeah, random 5 is the name which was able to get the advantage out of it against slow aimers. So yeah, I guess it is looking exactly like the way it was in the match number 140, number 2 of this qualifier. But moving forward, let's see what Aravat Esports is going to do after that. Pack pause, obviously, CG players might be able to just bounce back and eventually retaliate even at the peak. and 16-10 could be the score, or maybe there's going to be a chase from Aravat Esports because they are also ready with the best guns they have got. All AKY is going to come in with a barrage of utilities already in their backpacks. But on the hindsight, if we talk about Metal, has got the M4, same goes for Curator, and an op coming in from Jane's perspective, which was again quite impressive. Oh yeah, the shot goes in. Is not going to miss. Assassinate has been assassinated, which is again a very impressive thing to do. And if we talk about Jane, he's waiting. He's waiting eagerly to get more and more picks. Forza on the other corner is trying his level best to push forward. He's checking the sandbags. Finally, Sinister and both Antivirus were able to get two valuable picks. But is it enough? Yes, it is. Antivirus finds another one. Shipping has been traded off. This could be the comeback of the moment. Maybe. I believe still 16 rounds have to be in their favor. And the only thing that Aravat Esports can do right now is go for an overtime. Because other than that, the possibilities are just bleak at this point, and maybe it is going to be CGP who's going to back it out. But still, the bomb planting scenario has to happen. Player 7, which is known as Curator, is on the A side, pretty close to A side to be precise. Might be coming in, was able to take one
And
down. Is it going to be a situation where he's going to take another one? Oh, unfortunately, he gets spotted. Antivirus is going to pick him apart. With that, it's Curator trying to bounce back, and the nade goes in. Pretty precise, I believe. And yes, Antivirus loses a big chunk of his HP due to that.
yeah. I mean, if CGP always finds a way to make it happen, they could have, but maybe not this round. Finally, AVT Esports stood by the fact that they cannot let CGP win with that comeback. At least they're delaying the victory. And looks like this
Yeah.
is not just about the comeback. This is much more than that. They have had the lead, and now CGP just shutting them down back to back. They are at least on match point right now. It's going to be a very easy task. Looks like it's going to be a
Oh,
banana push
what?
coming in through. That's a pistol. By the way, that means it's an eco round for CGP. So it's a B stack coming in through, but only one player over towards the A bomb side, honestly. Not much that we can expect, but sometimes 5-7 and USP can do wonders. You don't know what's gonna happen. That is what more like surprising about this game. Looks like the bomb is heading over towards Banana, and Kalpa with the Deagle is trying to do some damage over here. Fosa knows where exactly all the players are standing. Are they going to go for rotation? Yes, the rotation has been called over towards A-bomb side. They spot one of the players at B-bomb side. I think Force's
Wow.
aim just didn't work. There's a meme called, aim not aiming. I guess Force has just been through that
Okay.
rough patch right now.
Yeah, that could have been the thing, but Shibuya again gets traded off by Virus. That means Metal has to step it up, and also Jane has to do something amazing at this point. But I really believe this is going to be a storyline of 12-5 because, yeah, the control is being lost from the hands of Team CGP. And eventually, this is the moment where easily Virus and his teammates can bounce back. Look at player 5, Virus. He's still gatekeeping because he knows there is going to be a possible scenario where the flank like situation comes in. That's exactly what happens. His pick was absolutely right. Metal now has nothing to save, to be honest. He's just got the USP. He's trying to push forward. He's trying to get the advantage out of it, but he might not just have it. Assassinate down to the pit, waiting for the right moment to strike on. On the hindsight, we do have two players stacked up on the A side, which is again quite impressive to go with. Those smokes are obviously, I guess, creating a lot of distraction. That is why Metal is still waiting eagerly. He might actually be able to take one or two picks. He's going to pick one down. He probably is going to pick one down. Will he be able to do that? Yes, he does. Antivirus has been picked up. Now he's going to pick up the AKM. Still unable to do
And there
anything
you
more.
go.
12 to 15.
That's another round.
Yeah.
That's another round for AVT Sports, while CGP. That was quite an echo coming from them. I mean, they could have found a way. Maybe if all the 5 players pushed Banana, there would have been enough pressure on AVT. They would have obviously, like taken the push, or they know for a fact that it's an echo, so they would have fought back. But CGP, they're again on eco. Shivi with the scout. Can he do something? Is my question. He definitely seems like he's spotting
Wow.
and gets a headshot. The first entry frag onto the round against Forza. Already a man advantage for CGP. They have to be very calm about this round. I think there's a good chance that they can win. The bomb is over towards the second mid, and Shivi again picking over towards the mid. I'm pretty confident he might actually get the kill if he keeps speaking out. Multiple players fighting against it, but Assassinate will punish Shivi for taking quite too many peeks over towards mid. Virus knows that there is one player over towards CT. That was not a calculated smoke, by the way. Does a little damage to him, and I think the players have already made their way over towards B. Bomb side. Punkbao gets one with a P250, and they're gonna go for the plan shortly, or maybe another rotation because the bomber is still stuck over towards Banana. He still hasn't made his way over towards the bomb side. And there you go. The pistol comes through the side. No one's watching this side with 35 seconds left. It's metal in a 1v2 situation. Do they have an idea that there is one player over towards Banana? Metal is going to go for the pick. He spots one out.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Antivirus is going to answer him back. I think AVT is going to take this match to an overtime, honestly.
I still doubt that. I mean, they're barely escaping the way. I mean, they're barely trying to actually just get the advantage in their favor. But yeah, I still have the hope they might actually boost it to the overtime. But the thing is, on the other corner, Cartoon Game players now finally is going to get their guns, because if you guys remember, in the previous two rounds, they were just playing with USPs, and there was a scout in the previous matchup, if you guys remember, by Shivi's perspective. Well, unfortunately, he was unable to do a lot of output with it, but now they've got the AWP, they've got the M4s. Dual AWP perspective is going to come in along with dual M4s, and there's another M4 16 coming to the play. Yes, players are getting flashed, but is it enough? That's a big pick. That's a big question coming into the play. Like, players are trying to approach from the banana side. It is going to be Paris, and both Assassin are trying to approach. Some smokes are in the hand. Curator has to get the guns right. Yeah, he's going to toss out that smoke, and with that, he's now waiting and watching if anybody peeks and if anybody commits the particular B side. But it won't be that easy. I mean, Aravat Esports have a very clear idea that even a small hiccup, even a small slip off is going to just cost them the whole Arena Connect out of the equation. So I believe at this point they're just doing everything that is possible, trying to be vigilant, trying to be very calculative at the same time. And on the end side, we have CGP, which can make one or two mistakes more. But after that, the OT will come in, and at that point, the pressure will be very high on CGP's perspective, because on the hand side, Aravat Esports will be having the momentum. If they are able to push CGP to the overtime, they definitely have the momentum. So I'm waiting for that as well, if the momentum comes in. At the same time, yes, the player was getting spotted, but still not enough to completely take him down. Multiple flashes are coming in, the nades are there, but still the knock was not fruitful. Oh, what is happening? Assassinate and antivirus. A combined effect. Jane now gets picked off. With that, it's a 4v5 type of scenario. I really thought that this was going to be a very controlling situation for the team, but unfortunately, that's not the case. Now, Posa has been picked off. Curator from the high side is also doing a lot of damage, to be honest. From the construction side, he was able to get a lot of picks. Now, moving forward, the bomb has already been planted. There is not a lot of diffusion kit. Actually, there is not even a single diffusion kit coming into the play, so they definitely have to step it up. A 2v3 scenario coming in. Sinister and Virus are still surviving. Oh, it's a 2v2 for now. Well, look at this guy. Sinister is actually on the back. He's going to spot one, but
There
it's a
you go.
1v1 and it's done. 14 to 15, a pretty close round coming in, but Virus is the savior for the game. And moving forward, but these Spurs, they still have a sigh of relief, but just for one more round. If they lose this one, CG will be moving forward, and this will be the very close competition, just exactly what we saw yesterday as well,
Yep.
if I'm not wrong. So moving forward,
Yes.
let's see, is it going to be a 16-14, or we might just get the first ever OT in this particular scenario.
Yes. I mean, I'm definitely hoping for an OT. I mean, just look at CGP players, economy at the moment. They've barely got, they've barely got the shields. They just went for a semi-buy with a couple of Mars and a pistol that is really coming along the way. A nice peek and a nice trade coming in from Jane. Well, looks like things are about to change. Curator with the deagle in his hand. Is it going to be an overtime or a victory for CGP? Only the time will tell now. Looks like it's going to be a B hit. The bomb was dropped over towards T spawn, and I think someone has to pick it up. CGP has already given out the info that it's definitely not a bomb site, since there's no sound, not even a single, you know, bullet being traced over there. So it's expected it's going to be a B hit. Punkwab is ready to go for the peak. And I think the smokes and the flashes are ready. A great Molotov and smokes coming in along the way for ABT Esports. A very nice flash coming in from Punkwab. All four players. Look at Curator. He's the only one on the bomb side with the eagle in his hand. He misses the first shot. He's looking for another one, but Assassinate will put an end to him. Punkwa pushing through construction. Will he get one? Yes, he gets one. Can he get one more is my question, because that will balance the numbers,
Wow.
and he definitely will make that happen. It's a 3v2 situation all the way from AVT Esports being in the lead to AVT Esports being in the tough spot right now. One player still left over towards construction. Both our CT players are at banana and slowly pushing down to the bomb side. With one of the players is spotted over towards the boxes, one over towards the construction,
What?
and it's a 1v1 situation between JN and Sinister. Sinister is down to 20 HP. There's absolutely no way that JN could have clutched it. And there
Oh, the
you go, ladies and gentlemen,
timer.
with a very little time left, JN is gonna make it happen. Can he?
Oh, it was close. What?
Unfortunately,
What?
yes, he did. With a difference of 0.01 second, or maybe more than that, Jane made it happen. Both the teams have brought down such a great game. Ending the day on such a high note is always a positive way for casters, but a great game, man. CGP all the way from 9-6. They came back dominating against
Look
AVT.
at
They
this.
fight, they fought through
Wow.
them, and here we are. The bomb has been defused. Cartoon game players take over the victory against. Oh my god, I still can't
Wow.
get that scenario out of my head. 0.01 second, and we were so keen watching
Exactly.
until the notification popped up. That 16 scoreline. I was still not sure if we won the round.
I mean, I was also just focusing on that particular marker, like 15 to 14 was there. I was thinking that there is going to be an OT, but eventually, just that minute second, the 0.01 second that was there in the particular hands of Aravat Esports was out of the equation. And eventually, this is a very good comeback coming in, to be honest. Aravat Esports was making the other team run for their money, the way they were performing, the way they were coming up with the comebacks. I mean, the 1v1s, the gun game from Aravat Esports was absolutely fluent, but it was a little bit late. Let's move on to the highlights so that we can have a clear idea of how it all started, which team had the initial control. I would love to tell you guys, and it was Aravat Esports which had the initial control both in the pistol round and also in the SMG, along with the air rounds as well. But at the end, slowly but steadily, the control was falling in the hands of the other team. I don't know why Aravat Esports is assassinate. Oh, sorry, it was antivirus if I'm not wrong, with the AUG in his hand. Why he decided to go with some other guns, because he was very good with the AUG. So he would have been using EOG, maybe there was a possibility that they could have easily backed out this whole scenario that they were.
Yep. Well, it was a great start for AVT. Look at it. This is where everything started to change. The score was 10-8, and they made it to 15-10, and AVT fought against CGP up to certain extent. They brought it down till 14 rounds, and it could have been an overtime, but CGP JN never gave up, and that defusal came through his way. And I should say, Shivi did the most of the hard work over here, and here we are. CGP taking the lead away, and AVT Sports just trying their level best. I think this is where AVT started to get rounds one after the other until they almost made it to the match point, but unfortunately they didn't. But seriously, man, CGP, they gave a really eye-catching match, and I should say a nail-biting performance coming in from both the
Yeah.
teams. Even
Hmm.
AVT
Both the teams.
patiently, how they made the comeback is the way, like, a huge respect for them. They waited patiently, and they didn't lose hope until the very last round. Even though they know that CGP is up for a match point, they made sure that they play until the last second. Even in this round, the last round, look at Sinister being able to put up a great performance until very end. I think it was only HP that was not in his factor, or else definitely AVT would have made it. Look at that. There was
Wow.
0.01 seconds left, and CGP made it. Here you are, ladies and gentlemen. The winners of the last match is going to be CGP. And speaking about these matches, you're currently watching the online CSGO qualifiers for Coimbatore LAN that is going to happen on 18th June at Coimbatore at Brindavan Auditorium. And if you're around Coimbatore, if you're around Tamil Nadu, go ahead, check out that LAN, because we have huge prize pool of 1,50,000 for games like CSGO 2v2, Road to Valor 1v1, FIFA 23 1v1, Mortal Kombat 1v1. And not just that, we've got a lot of experience zones giveaway, and get your hands on experience on latest edition of Alienware laptops, and much more entertainment. You also might be able to meet your favorite creators over there. And for more updates, follow at the Esports Club on our Instagram, and make sure you scan the QR code to get a free LAN ticket. But Raider, coming back to match,
Hmm.
what a day it was.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Indeed, the day was absolutely amazing. But let's talk about this match a bit more. Eventually, the scoreline was absolutely amazing. In the map of Inferno, we had 16 to 14 in the hands of Cartoon Game players. A good victory to be precise from their corner, but eventually, you look at the kills and the formation from both of the teams. It was pretty much similar. 27 frags from Metal's perspective, 23 deaths as well. Only 2 assists on the hindsight. Look at Chivy, 24 kills but 10 assists. Now that's huge. And eventually, if I talk about the FPR, 4 out of the 5 players from the other team, like known as Cartoon Game players, had the FPR of more than 1 point. That is absolutely impressive. Curator, he had the picks, but at the right time, to be honest. Curator actually bounced back a lot eventually in the later stages. Whenever the situation demanded, he was able to get the picks. On the hindsight, if I talk about Aravat Esports, yes, they were trying their level best to get the comeback in the later stages. If you guys remember, a very strong comeback was there from, I believe, it was the score like 9-6, and then eventually the Cartoon Game players had the advantage of securing the points till 15-10, and after that there was a big comeback coming in, like back to back 4 to 5 rounds were coming in from the team known as Aravat Esports, but still it was not enough. Let's talk about the MVP of this particular matchup, qualifiers 8 to be precise. We have Metal from Cartoon Game players, that's CGP Metal, who will be able to become the MVP, the most valuable player of the match, with 27 frags in his favor, 23 deaths as well, 2 assists, and the rating of 1.10, which is again a decent point to go with. But remember, guys, the online qualifiers are done. From tomorrow, we will be waiting for the quarterfinals, to be honest. So, 7
Quarterfinals.
to 10 June, mark your calendars. The quarterfinals are absolutely going to be amazing for sure.
Yes, quarterfinals. That is going to be another story to tell because it's just going to get more interesting. Well, let's have a quick recap of what happened today. We started off the match with Random 5 versus Slow Aimers and a complete one sided game, 16 to 1 versus scoreline. Then we moved ahead with Kingpins versus Elements, 16 to 10 versus scoreline. Quite a close match again. Third match was unfortunately forfeit by BDD. Hence, we moved on to the last match of the day, AVT versus CGP. That was a nail biting match of the day, 14 to 16. Almost a close score, and yet CGP took it all away into their favor and have moved to the quarter finale. So the top 8 teams are going to play out against each other from tomorrow, and eventually the top 4 teams will qualify to the Coimbatore LAN that is happening on 18th June. So make sure you guys also do drop by if you guys are from Coimbatore or Tamil
Mhm.
Nadu. And currently you're watching the brackets, and here we are. The quarter finale brackets are right in front of us. It's going to be Day Sleepers versus Only Friends. And next we have Wag Band versus Skate Kid Gaming, Random 5 versus Kingpins, TW Protocol versus EG Players.
Well, yeah, I mean, the quarterfinal lineup is actually looking quite good for me. I mean, the first map for tomorrow, I guess it is going to be Day Sleepers versus Only Friends. Again, Only Friends, one of those teams which actually impressed us a lot in the initial stages of the qualifiers. I would love to see how that competition gets on. But yes, remember, guys, it was a best of one situation for the qualifiers, for the online qualifiers. But now moving forward in the quarterfinals, we'll be getting to see best of 3 scenarios. So I'm excited for that as well. I mean, it is not going to be a single elimination type of factor. So maybe teams are going to boost up a lot. Maybe we are going to see the decider maps a lot. That could be a possibility because the way the competition has been evolved from the qualifiers to the quarterfinals, I really believe that can happen. I really believe the decider maps will be coming in, or maybe multiple OTs also could be coming in.
Yes, definitely. They set, a lot of competition, and tomorrow is, of course, indeed an important day for us as we kick off our quarter finale with the best of three. And eventually, we have our top teams playing at Coimbatore LAN on 18th June. But for today, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We successfully close off the online qualifiers for day number 2 in CSGO Coimbatore TC Arena Connect. We'll meet you right back here tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe to TEC on YouTube and follow us on our Instagram at the Sports Club. So see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good night.